It is Friday night in Phoenix, and you're listening to the Absolute Geek podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Jose.
I'm Brian.
And a good Friday it is, gentlemen.
Yes, it is.
Because it literally is Good Friday.
God, you are on the ball.
I am. I have to be because I have a job. I don't get to just lay around the house all day, all week, and forget what day it is.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I can't lay down and take a nap that turns into a fucking 6-day slumber. Someone's got to work, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Some of us still got to get up at 4 a.m. and hate every minute of it.
I got up at 4 a.m. today and had to go to grab some money out of the bank and then get some
drugs,
some special thing I have to get from my counselor. I'm seeing a counselor 3 times a week, and I got pulled over just pulling outside of my neighborhood, and he said I was going 10 miles over, and I had just pulled outside of my neighborhood. There's like literally no way I could even be up above like 30, but and then my registration was down for 2 months, so now I got a fucking big huge fine I got to pay.
You looked him in the face, and you're like, "Do you know who I am? I am Brian McClay, professional podcaster
extraordinaire, Excelsior.
Yeah, I am the #1 podcaster in all of Phoenix.
You pod?
Yeah, do you pod, bro?
You pod.
You fucking pod.
He pulls out a Tide pod. He's like, "Yeah, I pod. Do you pod?"
We all fucking pod here. We're all potters.
Different type of thing, but I will watch you do that.
Yeah. Potters, man.
We're fucking potters here.
Let's get straight to it, Matt. What'd you think?
So did you get a ticket?
Yes.
What did I think about what?
Fucking Game of Thrones.
Oh, you want to start with Game of Thrones? I thought, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna start with something else, but all right, well, we can go with Game of Thrones. I enjoyed the episode. I want to hear. We had this discussion in chat, but I want to hear now your opinion on how you feel like it's overproduced.
Okay, and this is where I'm coming from. Just it's really shoddy. It's not a big deal, but it just felt like it was too polished. Like there was a couple scenes when
it's too good.
God.
I
enjoyed Game of Thrones way too much.
Well, that would be funny if that held any water. But Game of Thrones is not supposed to look like it's taking place in the future.
Did you have you ever seen the movie The Rocker with Rainn Wilson?
The
drummer. Basically, he's a drummer for this band, and he gets kicked out, and then they become huge, and then like he holds a grudge. Yeah, he holds a grudge for like a long time, and their new album comes out, and he's like, "It sucks. It's totally shot, like totally overproduced." That's what you're fucking sound like right now. The Game of Thrones episode was totally overproduced.
What do you mean it was in the future? Was it like it was like
they're in space?
No. Star Wars? You were actually watching Star Wars?
Were they lightsaber dueling?
No, there's a couple.
Was there droid?
Like there's a couple scenes that just didn't seem like they should be living in that type of place they're living. You know what I mean? Like
he was driving an Audi.
Sansa's makeup looked all fucking super hardcore. Like she's going out in town in New York, and like it looked fake as fuck.
You don't think part of that was to try and make it look like it was cold? Because it's winter and winter is coming.
Yeah, but it's been cold.
Is it always coming in Game of Thrones?
Yeah, it's been cold for 8 years. How come they're changing it up now? Another thing is whenever John and Danny are riding in, if you look at the Dothraki behind them, they look so fucking fake. They look like they're wearing the fake nose and the mustache and the glasses. That's how bad they look.
I want to know what shit you were on when you were watching this, because I
gotta totally watch this episode now. And I don't even like Game of Thrones.
I'll bring it up here.
He's on everything.
He's already got clips of it.
Squirt.
Don't come on and talk about us, HBO.
Yeah, I mean, were you a little heavy on the squirt that day?
We're squirting it up.
Yeah. Did you squirt before the episode started?
He squirted up.
Oh, there's a good question. Damn, we're off Game of Thrones already because there's a good question in the chat from Horror Edits. What movie title describes Brian's squirt addiction? Oh, here we go.
Game of Squirts.
No.
Game of
Have
Squirt.
you guys ever seen Gridlocked? I'd say I like
Squirt locked.
yeah,
Squirt Lock.
Tupac style or Rush.
The game.
Gone in 60 seconds because that's how quick he drinks one.
Yeah.
Menace to society.
Menace to society. Yeah.
Speaking of squirt, I'm drinking one right now.
Oh no.
I would.
It's
We don't want to hear
catching on.
porn.
Everyone's getting addicted to it now. It's
It's good stuff,
Hey,
man.
Brian.
It's good stuff.
I mean, I'm waiting for your
I'm
to
bringing it
show
up.
me what you're talking about
Yeah,
here.
I'm bringing it up right now. I'm gonna go. I mean, they aren't major issues, but they were enough to where I caught them, and it kind of just made me feel like, it really feels like there's something weird here.
It's just like what I noticed watching Harry Potter today. It's just a little bit off. You know that part where they're in the train? When they're going to Hogwarts for the first time?
Yeah,
Harry's fucking window's going super slow, and then you look out the other side where Ron is, and it's fucking going like 9,000 miles an hour. And then at one point I noticed that they're still moving in this side, on the left side, and on Harry's side, the whole screen is stopped. The landscape's not moving. So I can feel you, Brian.
yeah. They spend so much money in this thing. You think that like
Suicide Squirt.
Suicide Squirt.
hair and makeup wouldn't be such a big of a deal as it is, to be
Hey,
spot
just switch
on.
on.
Squirts.
Suicide Squirt.
All right. Well, while Brian's pulling that out, I liked it. I liked the episode. The only problems I thought where it looked really cheesy is when John and Daenerys are fucking flying away on the
Wait,
on the
I got
dragon.
it. Lock, stock, and 2 smoking squirts.
There you go. There you go.
So it was a bad episode then, or what?
No, the episode's fantastic. He's nitpicking.
Yeah, no, it was a great fucking episode. Great episode. I mean, we got to see fucking John riding a dragon. We've been waiting for years for that.
The only thing I could have done without Sam being a little bitch. And
Yes.
I mean, he basically no, not Samwise. He basically tells John that he's the rightful king and he's the fucking, he's whatever dragon rider or whatever the fuck you want to call them. I can't think of their names right now. But I keep wanting to say Dragonborn because fucking Elder Scrolls Skyrim. But he basically outs John's lineage just because he's pissed off at Dany for nuking his dad and brother.
So they're going to finally throw the ring in the mountain on the volcano?
No.
Yeah, they're doing that next episode.
Oh, nice.
But just like
Can't wait.
it was weird with the way the dragon was like looking at fucking giving John like the Eugene eyes.
I thought that was funny as fuck. The red dragon.
Yeah, like fucking staring at John and giving him a smile as he's making out with Dany.
Yeah,
Are the trees walking?
But this is the thing. Is like I think Sam totally dropped that bomb on John just to be a dick. Like he did it completely out of spite. But the big one was the end when fucking Jamie Lannister rolls up and you see Bran just sitting there.
Yeah,
And Bran's
creepy as
fucking
fuck.
weirdo too. Yeah.
That dude's creepy, man. Yeah, that was another one. He was so creepy that kind of made it feel weird.
Like
That's
sitting there in
good.
his little wheelchair and fucking Sam walks out and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm waiting." Like, what are you waiting for, you creeper? But it was good. Only 5 episodes left this season.
Ever,
Yep. So
which kind of sucks.
So how many dragons did you give it?
How many squirts do you give it?
I liked the episode. I liked the episode a lot. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah,
I I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
I'll give it a 9.
9.5 over here.
Yeah, look at you.
No. I enjoyed it though. I'm still waiting for Brian to pull this up.
I'm trying to find him.
Yeah, because it isn't there.
I keep missing my spot.
It happens. It happens to all of us.
Who do you think wins the Game of Thrones, Brian?
Jose.
Yeah.
So are they all really battling to be king?
I think it would be hilarious if they all die.
You think they're all gonna die?
Yeah.
They all wake up from a dream.
And I think
they're in The Walking Dead.
and I could totally see like them doing some type of like call on how the world is now and like make John be the only person not to die, but basically because everybody else is gone, like what's good being a king if you have nobody around to enjoy it with you type deal. They could do that with John. It could go back. I could see it going back to Tyrion. That'd be freaking crazy.
You don't think it's Sansa? She's playing to win. I'll give you that.
I like her, but I don't like her in the show right now.
She's playing to win.
That's for sure. No doubt. It was kind of weird seeing Ariana talking to what's his name? The
Hound?
No.
The blacksmith dude?
Yeah, because if you remember in the books, they're like a couple, like, and they didn't really get a chance to do that in this because she was just too young,
Mm-hmm.
But now they're kind of playing that role.
She asked him to make a special weapon.
Yep.
Of her heart.
Yeah. But it was cool to see all the homecomings. It was cool to see John, see everybody, especially Ariana. That was really cool.
But I mean, it wasn't a big surprise that he's Targaryen. We've known, we've speculated for seasons now that Jon's been Targaryen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's weird and that he's bumping uglies with his aunt, but incest runs rampant in that show, so it's not really that out of place. But, yeah, watching him ride a dragon, like the animation was kind of weird, but it was still a good episode.
That was one thing that was kind of weird. Some of the animation on the dragon stuff, and I understand that because that's just hard to do and it costs a lot of money. But you would think that, man, they would want to knock it out of the park on every single shot they did this year, But
well, apparently a lot of their production and money went into the battle, and it's going to be the longest televised battle in history.
That'd be cool. I'm down for that.
Yes, Jon is an ant fucker. Apparently, though, that's like the last 3 episodes are supposed to be nothing but this fucking battle. So,
that's the White Walkers taking on the North, right?
Yep, the North and the armies. Yeah, I don't know. I think Jon gets his seat on the throne, but there's a lot of speculation that Dany might turn out to be the Mad Queen.
Oh, that would suck. That'd be dumb.
Character twist, but
yeah, that'd be really they would throw away. I think they'd ruin the show if they did it that way.
But yeah, it was nice seeing all these characters come together, and especially like Ariana having her meeting Jon again, and then the Hound, and
we didn't get to see Ariana. What's her name? Brienne of Tarth.
Not in this episode, no.
Yeah. So real quick here, I'll share. This is like I said. I told you when we were first talking about it, it's petty shit.
Here, let me give you the screen. Hold on.
So it's just driving crazy. But again, I know it's petty shit. It's just this is the shit that I saw that just kind of didn't make sense.
Whoa!
Fake. Can you see that?
It doesn't look fake to me. It looks fine.
That dude looks, for some reason, his makeup just looks like cheesy to me. I don't know why.
You're high.
You're
high, Squirt.
Yeah, maybe. But
Now, is that the same little kid from the end? I think
Is
it
that
is.
the actual episode?
yeah, no. The little kid from the end is the one that's part of the house that they
Oh,
send
that's right.
back.
That's right. I thought it was him. Isn't it him?
That's what we should do the whole episode. Is just play.
No, I don't think so, but it could be Matt. You could be right. I don't think he'd be in beggar's clothes, would he?
He looked like he was in beggar's clothes when he stood up to talk. But that shit at the end with the little kid,
Awesome.
The little kid at the White Walkers like put to the fucking the wall. That was crazy.
Yeah, and then let me see if I can find this other one where I'll show you Stanza.
Stanza? You mean Stanza?
Right.
Stanza.
Yeah.
He just pulled up a George Costanza.
And he's fucking weirdo, man. This part was kind of weird.
What part?
Can you see this?
John needs to know that his aunt is putting a finger in his butthole.
That's his aunt?
Kyle says in the chat, I don't want to watch this dumb, boring show.
See? I'm with him.
I'm sorry that you don't know what good TV is.
Oh, look. Kyle also wrote, snore, snore, snore.
I'm falling asleep.
That's nothing new to you.
Anyway.
You must have hit your Claritin before we started, huh?
So
I'm really stoked. I'm happy as all hell that it's there, and I'm looking forward to fucking more craziness.
I can't wait till Frodo
hours or more.
I can't wait till Frodo throws in his ring into the volcano.
Oh my god!
Finger
It's
bit
a
off.
good ending. By the dragon.
His finger gets bit off.
Did you see that? Did you hear that? George R. Martin came out and said that they would need to run the show for another 6 years to cover everything he wants to cover in the last couple of books.
Then why doesn't he just put out the fucking books, man? I hate that asshole.
Hey, he's working on him. He's almost got him in production. He's almost ready to start on him.
Yeah.
He's almost ready, thinking about it to get ready.
Maybe today. Maybe tomorrow.
John likes to get pegged from the Dragon Queen while the dragons watch. Apparently. Are you gonna sneeze? Is that a sneeze?
I think he's disgusted.
What did you just see?
He's watching porn or something.
No,
Ryan.
I'm listening to you guys.
Oh, you look like you're gonna
You're
sneeze.
sharing the screen still.
You look disgusted.
Yeah.
You're
He's
still
upset.
sharing the screen. Brian.
What did you say it again?
You're still sharing your screen.
Oh,
He's
that's
upset.
All eyes are on you.
Yeah, all eyes on you. There you go.
There we go.
He's upset that everyone that you guys are making fun of his Game of Thrones. But it was a good episode. I can't wait for Sunday for the next episode. So we'll see
Those
what
big
happens.
battle episodes are always winners. There hasn't been a bad one in the whole 8 seasons.
Yeah, Battle of the Bastards is by far one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking great episode.
But all right, let's get to the meat and potatoes here. So the other night, the unthinkable happened. Someone leaked a 4-minute video of Avengers Endgame. Different clips from the movie. They were all monstrously spoiler clips. So if you saw these clips, like, these were some of the like major spoilers, and it forced the Russo brothers to come out to come out and say, release a whole press release about don't ruin Endgame, and
Don't be a dick.
they have the whole hashtag going now, don't spoil the Endgame, and I have no plan to. I have seen these clips. I can tell you, as though they are spoilery as fuck, they have made me even more hyped to see this movie.
Oh my god, this movie's gonna be so fucking awesome.
They've made me so much more hyped to see this fucking movie, to where I'm actually thinking about trying to go see it Thursday night and then see it again Friday.
Ooh, getting crazy.
Matt's gonna give it a 9.9.
Maybe 9.99, son.
Oh shit.
But yeah. So if you don't want to be spoiled, they did a quick job of taking them all down. Like, they've been pulling them, but
Like
with the
quick,
internet,
it's hard. Like
Yeah.
Disney is pulling those things quick.
but it just kind of begs the question, like, in the nowadays, like, how they even do that. Like this was released by. They were sending it from what you can see. It looks like it was being translated into Arabic, and they had some translators. And they did the whole cell phone sideways recording of it. But it is the movie. It is actual scenes from the movie, and it's some pretty hype shit.
Yeah, there's a couple things that a couple of those scenes I want to see what's like the few minutes before it.
Yes, that's why it makes me so much more hype, because you want to see like what leads up to that.
Like that part where he's looking with that face, and it's just yes. You're like what the fuck?
There's so many parts in there where I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I want to see it so bad.
Yeah.
But
you sent it to me, and I it was like, I was like, I'm not gonna fucking watch that shit. I'm not gonna fall for it. I set my phone down, and I can hear, watch me. Don't you want to fucking watch? Come on. No, I don't want to fucking watch. You want to see this? Fuck it. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for it. So much more.
I bought my tickets today. So
yeah, what day are you going?
The following Friday at like 1 p.m. 1:30.
Damn, you're waiting an entire week?
5th.
No. Not this Friday, but the Friday it comes out.
Oh, you're going. Okay, so yeah, I'm going. That's around the same time I'm going. I'm going next Friday at like
you guys should make it a date.
2:45.
Hold hands.
Yeah.
It's nice because a lot of people
work
at those times. So
yeah.
Popcorn.
And it's like this will be the first time I don't
work jab. Whoa.
This will be the first time I don't go opening night to a Marvel movie. Like
I am.
I really want to go opening night. Yeah, but Jose, you're gonna have to stand there for 3.5 hours.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, Kyle, this dude bought a ticket for the Park West fucking Harkins, and he thinks he's gonna be able to just show up and get a seat. They don't reserve seats there. No, dude,
you already got a ticket, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to sit in the very front row. He's guaranteed a seat, but not where he wants. So you're gonna be sitting like the very front row, dude.
Every time I've gone to that arcade, did you you didn't reserve a recliner?
Nope.
Ooh, bad move.
That's the only way to fucking watch movies.
3-hour-long movie, no reclining.
Fuck that.
I'm telling you, Jose, you're gonna
have to go early.
You're gonna be like, fucking stupid. This is stupid. Don't get a good seat.
Are you going by yourself?
No, me and Jeff are going.
Oh, Hefe?
Yep.
Your boy toy Hefe?
Oh.
Like, I tried. My brother works at AMC Westgate, and I tried to get him tickets to that, and he laughed at me, and he was like, "Dude, our first like 9 showings are completely sold out." He's like, they're selling out showings so fucking fast that they added a 3 a.m. showing.
I'm gonna go see that one.
We did it for Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
They did it for Star Wars, but I might go to like the Surprise Point AMC up here by my house and just fucking go there. Nobody goes there. So
it's just old people.
Yep, go Thursday night and see it, and then go again Friday.
If they've got a Friday 3 a.m. showing, I might go do that.
I want to make sure I get one of the good screens, though.
Yeah.
I hate getting the ones with the holes in them.
Where are you going? The fuck?
He goes to the drive-in.
With bullet shots?
Yeah,
drive in.
Dude, drive-ins are awesome. Taking Little Caesars and booze. It's like a party. Unless the people in front of you die, and it makes you miss the first half of fucking Justice League.
Really?
Yeah, I told you that story.
I can't remind me.
We went to the drive-ins, and like 5 minutes into it, they stopped the movie. We were like, what the fuck? And then the fire department and the cops and the ambulance all comes, and they start working on this person like 20 feet in front of us, like maybe more than 20 feet, like 2 car lengths.
I can't hold it anymore. I have to spoil some Endgame. So Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk.
Expected that.
He gets angry and turns into a giant green rage machine.
And
Does
Spider-Man
Superman die?
turns into Wolverine.
Yep.
Does Superman die or Batman?
Yeah, both of them.
Oh,
Tony Stark sneezes and blows Spider-Man away,
John Cena shows up to fill in.
but you can't see him.
what movie will he show up?
No, I'm not gonna spoil any of this shit because I mean it's hardcore shit. Like,
Yeah.
Pauly Shore comes in as Lord Star.
Lord Star.
like it really is some
He's
hardcore
wheezing the
stuff,
space.
and that's why when I saw it, I went on social media right away and was like, look, if you see this, don't look at it because it like. Well, the one I watched, it was like fucking trolly as fuck because it was like new Avengers Endgame trailer. I was like, sweet, and I watched it. So it starts to play the new part of the new trailer, and then it cuts right to the spoilers.
That's fucking so devious. That's awesome.
And I was like, fuck. But I was like, oh, I want this so much. So
Does Black Widow get railed by the Hulk?
you just got it, yeah, because it's getting real. Sun's getting real low.
Shrek's born.
Yeah,
Little Shrek.
Sun's getting real low.
They show a close up of the cucumber.
Yep. Sun's getting real low, so but that's enough of that. I gotta touch on something real quick though before we move on. Brian,
Yo.
watching the new episode of the podcast, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And you say something that I never thought I would have heard you say.
Huh.
The DC universe needs to go dark.
Yep.
What do you think the DC universe has been? That's what they're catching so much flack for, is being dark.
I think no. See, I think it's the exact opposite. I think they tried to go dark without going dark. If you look at I
think Batman with giant machine guns on his car is pretty dark.
Batman's the only one that went dark. Christopher Nolan stuff, right? And that was good. Then you have. I'm just hear me on this, right? Then you have the Suicide Squad. It came out that was supposed to be super dark and edgy, and as soon as they fucking had Deadpool drop 2 weeks or a month before Suicide was going to drop, and Deadpool was like happy and funny and happy-go-lucky and raunchy, they went, that's what we need to do. Cut all the other stuff. We're going to recut this film as to be like that. So they ruined that movie by not having the dark undertones, right? Justice League was dark, but the story was fucking complete shit, right?
You mean completely because they completely ripped off the plot line of Avengers?
Yeah. Their storylines are shitty, but they have to stay dark. Because DC Superman obviously can't be dark, not super dark. He needs to be a little bit dark, just because of the craziness that's going on in that, universe. But, Batman always has to be dark. It's just got to have a dark undertone to all of it, or it's not worth doing. I understand why they did what they did with Shazam. That's perfect. That gives you your comedic undertones, in certain movies. You can
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Exactly.
Here's the thing. Batman isn't necessarily a dark character. It's his rogues gallery. It's his villains that make it dark.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter to me. Just
rolling down the street with fucking guns attached to the Batmobile. That doesn't make him a dark character. Yeah.
Batman is a very dark character, man.
It makes him impossible.
Yeah, but he's dark because his rogues gallery presents that. He's got the Joker, who's one of the most sinister. Probably, I'd put him right up there with one of the top 10 villains.
He's dark himself.
Yeah, that's the whole point of that.
But he's got that moral. He's got that moral line. I'm not saying he's not dark. Where he's gonna start snapping people's necks. I see Batman being the darkness of Batman as being a product of the city he's in, his situation, and all that. He's not looking to go kill people. Batman doesn't kill people regardless of what fucking Zack Snyder says.
Well, they have a lot of characters at their disposal, and I think they're doing a good job by bringing in Black Mask for the Birds of Prey show, so that could be good, or movie. They've got just so many wonderful characters, dark characters that they can go to.
Doom Patrol is awesome. That's a really good show.
Yeah, but that probably won't be around much longer.
And DC and Titans was amazing.
Right.
Too.
And that probably won't be around much longer either.
Yeah.
Well, because they cut Swamp Thing down from 13 episodes to 10 episodes over creative differences.
Uh-oh.
And that forced them to call into question their entire streaming service. They came out and said that the future of the DC streaming service will be put under review. So you probably won't get a season 2 of Doom Patrol. You probably won't get a season 3 of Titans. You probably won't get another season of Swamp Thing. They canceled the last 3 episodes and went back and rewrote the final episode, intending it to be a series/season finale.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
So they're canceling all that. So it looks like they're doing damage control. And I think it's because I don't think they're getting the numbers that they wanted from it. They're not getting the numbers they were expecting from it.
Well, and I don't understand that. They should have known like that to begin with. You're putting it out only on a very small platform.
That's like in its infancy.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot of publicity for it.
Hype.
So again, that's DC and Warner Brothers shooting themselves in their foot like they usually do.
I think it's that they saw the how much support and traction and publicity the Marvel stuff on Netflix got, so they're like, all right, we can do that too. But it's exclusivity, man. Like they pigeonholed themselves because they're trying to do it like, we're gonna launch this exclusively to our own network.
Yeah.
Instead of now it's on Netflix overseas and I think in Europe and stuff, but it's like
I was doing over there.
It's exclusivity, so we're only releasing this on our solo network. And not a lot of people are going to subscribe to it because honestly, other than Titans and Doom Patrol right now, yeah, Stargirl's coming, but there's no use for the DC streaming service because all it has on it is you can read digital comic books, but who does that on their on their TV, or you can read old digital comic books, or you can watch old reruns of Lois and Clark, the New Adventures of Superman, and like all the old Superman movies, and like you can watch all the old DC movies on there. But if you're looking for new content, it's not really worth the money for it. That's why I think Disney is hitting it like right on the map because they're doing the Disney Plus. Right when it launches, you're gonna get all their Disney library. That's all their Disney movies plus their Pixar movies. You're getting all that. You're getting access to The Simpsons, every episode of The Simpsons. You're getting all their original Marvel TV show content that they're making. Like, you're going to get all of that for a cheaper price point.
Let's just put it this way. Disney knows how to make money. This has been a plan of theirs for the last 10 years. Now it's finally starting to get put into fruition. That's the difference between professionals and Disney and the hacks at Warner Brothers.
I think Netflix was a test for Disney.
Yep.
Let's put our product on there. Let's see how it does. Let's see if people keep watching it. Let's see if people will pay, you know what I mean, because of our, you know what I mean? I think that's what a lot of their stuff being on Netflix was.
Well, they have they have Cloak and Dagger and Freeform, and that's a popular show. They have The Runaways on Hulu, and that's a popular show.
Like, yeah.
They're putting their stuff out on random places, and to see where it hits, just like you were saying. And I fully agree that I think Netflix was a test of that, just like you said, Kyle. Like 100%. And I think that's where DC is pigeonholing themselves, is because they're releasing this stuff on their standalone network. Who knows if it would have been a different story if Titans would have ever came to TNT like it was supposed to. Who knows? But
fuck Batman.
Fuck Batman.
I don't think you can get much darker in the DC universe than what Titans is.
No, that's probably the darkest.
But isn't that that's the best thing so
Is it
far?
hard to see it? Is it like Jose's camera?
It was dark, but that made it. I'm serious. Like Titans was the only thing that's better to me than Titans so far in the whole DC thing is Christopher Nolan's Batman run.
I like Doom Patrol better than Titans.
Really?
Yeah.
And Christopher Nolan's Batman run was good, and I defend it till the end. But honestly, was it really that good? Other than one movie?
Yeah. No, they were. The third one wasn't as good as the other two, but that movie was amazing, man.
Batman Begins was good because it was his best origin story out of every other Batman movie. But that's all it really had going for it.
I thought it was. I think that those three movies you can just take them outside of the superhero genre, and they still are good movies.
I think Batman Begin or Dark Knight. If you take Heath Ledger out of that movie and replace somebody else with him, that movie isn't solid. It's not as good.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. That's what makes it so good.
I mean, I'm like I said, I'm a huge Nolan fan, but I don't know if I would consider his. I don't think I would really even consider his universe that dark. It was more realistic, but I don't know if I would even consider it dark.
Whatever it is that needs.
It was pretty dark.
Yeah.
Would you consider it dark?
I consider it dark. It's a lot darker than most anything else that's it's been put out.
Yeah.
I agree with Brian on that. It's not lighthearted. It's not. It's pretty dark.
I think. I think. I don't know if I'm thinking of dark. I'm thinking like Titans or Watchmen. Like Watchmen was dark to me. I don't think the Nolan movie. Like I don't know. I guess you have your own interpretation of what dark is for you when it comes to a movie.
Yeah, but they can right the ship. They definitely can right the ship. It's going to be hard for them to do it because they got all these characters that work really well. You know, Wonder Woman, you would be stupid to recast Wonder Woman at this point. Everybody loves Jason Momoa from what it sounds like as Aquaman.
Until he shaved, and I don't like him.
I like Henry Cavill as Superman. I thought he's the best one yet. Ben Affleck's Batman wasn't bad. I just didn't like the way he talked. Yeah, they wouldn't have to fight all the stupid, security issues, but I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting to see if they actually scrap and start over on the whole Justice League thing. I mean, what can they do?
It would be kind of shitty to scrap it and do it again. Like you've already done it. Roll with it. Just make it better.
Jay says Ben Affleck was a horrible Batman.
I liked him as Batman.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't want to get too much into this because we have this discussion a lot, but I just thought it was, like, when you said it, it kind of took me off guard because I'm like, how can you get much darker? And that's what they're being made fun of. Like, Deadpool makes fun of them. Like, you're so dark. Are you from the DC universe? Like, like that's the whole, like, joke in Deadpool too that he makes. Is that the DC universe is so dark. So that's why I say when you said that, I was like, I don't think you can really go darker than what they are now. But I guess you could go Watchmen dark.
Yeah. Has anybody heard or seen anything on the TV show?
Comes out this summer.
Nice.
They've already been running ads for it on HBO.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much darker you can go. But that's just me. Kyle, didn't you have something you want to talk about?
Hey, how do you do message deleted?
What do you mean?
Oh, someone in the chat wrote stuff, but it says message deleted.
Yes, I know, because he came in here and dropped a bunch of fucking Endgame spoilers, so I deleted the message
Oh, you did that?
and put him in timeout. Yeah, I did it.
I was like,
I put him in timeout and deleted his message because he dropped
was-
a bunch of fucking
I was
Endgame shit.
I was wondering how, like, I thought he was deleting his own comments.
So, as everybody knows, the past few days, the Notre Dame, the Notre Dame church in Paris has been, that caught on fire and a lot of it burnt. Kyle has a funny story about that he wants to share with everyone.
So I was sitting at work and the guy I worked with messaged me and he's like, Notre Dame's on fire. So I pulled it up and I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. So I start telling the guy next to me, man, yeah, that sucks, man. Notre Dame's on fire. I went there and tried out for the football team and I couldn't make it. They let me into the last game and I got to play, the end of the last game. And I'm looking at it again. And I was like, why the fuck does it say Paris? What the fuck's in Paris? I had no idea that there was a Notre Dame big church that's been there for 1,000 years. I just thought it was a college in Indiana. Like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, I thought he hung out at a college. Never actually watched the movie. That's just what I thought. So I was like doing the whole Rudy thing, and everyone I figured out, why is everybody looking at me like I'm a moron? It's because I am a moron. I had no idea though, no fucking clue.
When I asked him for the show outline for this week's episode, and I read that, I lost it. I laughed for probably 20 minutes, and just that he thought it was he didn't know it was in Paris.
I don't know. I've never been to Europe. How the fuck would I know about that?
History class.
I don't ever remember in history them talking about that church being built.
Captain College over here, Mr. Degree, doesn't know where the Notre Dame church is.
I never took history.
Did you ever hear about the Hunchback of Notre Dame?
I thought it was at the college. I said that. I'd never seen the movie. Since I only thought it was in Indiana, that's just what I assumed it was about.
So, me, I had to make some photoshops of it. So I have to pull them up here, but I had to bust out my Photoshop skills for it just because I couldn't believe how ridiculous it was when he told me.
I bet you if you did a poll, a lot of people don't know that there was a church called Notre Dame in Paris.
I think you would be wrong on that only because of the Disney movies. Like the Hunchback of Notre Dame movie is the only reason I think you might be wrong on that.
I wish I could do a real poll. Well, I can't do it now because now everybody knows. It's like a thing. Like, and every fucking person on the planet is posting pictures of them in front of it.
Tim says investigators have not discovered the source of the fire at the Notre Dame Cathedral, but sources believe that Quasimodo has a hunch. Fucking stupid. Oh my god. That's pretty funny, but
hey, I bet you before this fire, I bet you a lot of people didn't know.
I doubt it.
What do you mean you doubt it?
Hold on. I bet you a lot of people didn't know under the age of 15.
Anything under the age of 15?
Would know what parrot name.
There we go. I'm gonna share my screen. Man, they sure speak funny in Indiana. And then there's this one. Looks like I won't be carried off the field this season.
Oh man. Yeah, I had no idea.
Oh, Kyle.
I'm not European. How the fuck would I know?
Yeah, that's so funny.
I don't care about history. That's just in the past.
If you don't care about history, you're doomed to repeat it.
That's all right. I'm not going to set the Notre Dame church on fire.
No, you're going to set the school on fire now.
I'm going to Indiana.
But
Did you see they said it was an electrical fire. It was an electrical short.
Well, they found a guy outside the church in like New York who had two gas cans and some propane starter fluid, and his excuse was his van ran out of gas, and there's no gas stations near there at all.
wait. Are you talking about New York City, America?
Yeah,
Because we're talking about Paris, France.
I know. But they're saying there might be a connection.
Yes, he flew overseas just to burn down a church with some gas cans.
That was on the news, not me.
There might be a connection.
New York.
My favorite is the one of the cross, like glowing bright, and people are all like, "Oh, it's a miracle!" And then the one dude's just like, "Are you fucking stupid? Like that was all wood and metal heats and melts at a different temperature, so it's just hot. It's glowing because it's hot."
There's a picture surfacing right now I was looking at. They said they could see Jesus in the fire.
Yeah.
I said, I thought, isn't that the wrong angel?
Actually, I was telling Kyle, I think Marvel missed an opportunity on doing some advertising for Avengers. They should have released it today to coincide with what this weekend is, because we all know that these heroes are coming back, and they're gonna rise. So I feel like they should have had it released this weekend, Easter weekend, because they have all risen.
Risen.
Hey, my God.
That's not a spoiler. That's something you should all be aware of, since they're promoting Spider-Man Far From Home. And they already announced that it takes place after Endgame. Someone thought it was funny. Kyle thought it was funny.
He thinks we're funny. He's probably watching us on YouTube.
Brian, there's someone in your house.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, shit. Call the police.
Brian, you live in a terrible neighborhood. There's always intruders in your house.
So as you leave your back door open.
It's like Matt's dog. He just lets them in.
Jay says, Jose, he tried to check the gas cans on the plane. Fucking stupid. He got arrested in New York. It's a connection.
Oh, they thought it's
Message deleted.
You like that? Yeah, I'm surprised you just now saw it. The dude rolled in here and he's like, I saw Endgame, and dropped a fucking mad spoiler in the chat. And the fucking someone caught him, because I didn't catch it at first. Oh, Jay caught him, and Jay was like, hey man, no spoilers. And as soon as I saw it, I put the kid in timeout and fucking deleted his comment.
And then he bailed.
Well, good. That's fine. But like, look, you could see where it says in the chat he was put in timeout for 300 seconds. I had to spank him like he was a naughty child.
That's fucking cool.
What part of we're not dropping spoilers and you come in here and drop a fucking mad spoiler?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Nice try.
Shit.
So it says here, the man is arrested with gas cans and a lighter at St. Patrick's Cathedral. Is a philosophy teacher. He's a 37-year-old guy. He was arrested on Monday at the cathedral in New Jersey and had just bought a one-way ticket to Rome.
Jose, that's a lot of candles and shit in the back of your dresser, bro.
He's setting a mood.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try and set a church on fire.
Those are all candles.
No.
Oh, here, I got a candle you might like, Jose.
They look like colognes and stuff too.
Those are all my pills.
This one says, "Just judge." It's got Jesus sleeping on a cross.
Jay says Jose is stuck on the gas can guy.
And then they've got a ladder for Jesus on the candle, so Jesus can get down when he wakes up. And then Rick Grimes shoots him because he's a zombie.
All right, there was another situation that Kyle wanted to talk about that happened at Philadelphia Comic-Con involving Larry Hama.
Oh.
I reached out to him. I tried to get him on the show for an interview, but he did not respond to me at the time of recording this episode. So if he responds to me later, we might set something up. But why don't you go ahead and tell us kind of what's going on with that, Kyle?
Wait, what?
The Larry Hama shit.
Oh, go ahead, Brian.
About what, Larry Hama not getting
his cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I think it was more than a cup of coffee. It always starts with a cup of coffee.
Larry Hama doesn't get the credit he deserves. He's big in our world because he created G.I. Joe. The G.I. Joe as we know it today. So not the G.I. Joe, the Barbie doll style G.I. Joe. The 3 3/4 cents G.I. Joe is the one that, Larry Hama gave little backgrounds to and stories to, and then helped create the comic. So that got pushed out at the same time. The 3 3/4 cents figures got pushed out. And it became the mainstay in every, 1980s kids, toy box.
Yeah.
Or G.I. Joes. Best, in my opinion, by far the best toy ever made. I don't consider video games a toy because they would trump it, but when it comes to toys, I think G.I. Joe was just especially for boys, they're the perfect toys. Looked cool.
Toys.
Yeah, it looked cool. You got to play with little fake guns. You get to set up big, huge.
Hey, dude, the intruder's making a sandwich.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, like when I was a kid, I would go in the backyard, and we would just make these huge underground tunnels, for all of our, Joes, and have like fake booby traps set up, and all this crazy stuff all in the backyard. So it gave you a reason to go out and,
play.
Yeah, and
use your imagination.
Yeah, so it was kind of sad to hear that Larry Hama was kind of being thrown through the.
But I don't think it was him personally. I think what happened is the artists and stuff weren't being able to go into like this way, this like
the green room.
Yeah, like a decompressed room, and even though he had credentials to be there, it was only for the high celebrity people, which I think is what's killing comic conventions.
Well,
okay. It's not comic conventions anymore, because even there's even conventions out there that if they say they're Comic Cons, it's just because it's namesake now.
Yeah. They don't have any Comic Con guests or comic book related merchandise at all. But he's catching a lot of flamage on Facebook right now from people that were at the convention saying like he went on a big tirade and like was like, I'm more famous and half the people here don't have the same half the IMDb credentials that I have and stuff like that. And he's defending himself 100%, which was in his right.
I'm sure he was just mad. And
I'm sure he was,
because they all should be able to go somewhere to decompress for a few minutes. It's got to suck listening to us stinky nerds fucking tell them the same thing over and over again. I'd have to go take a Xanax and drink a cup of coffee too.
Well, he was like, the one guy was like, I was there when he was getting told all this, and he was going on and on about his cup of coffee, and I tried to get my book signed. I was like, hey, will you sign my books? And he was like, yeah, I'll sign 5 of them, and then after that, I'm charging you. I'm like, and the guy's like, that's fucked up. I was like, dude, he signed 5 books for you for free.
Yeah, he always does that. That's what was the thing when he was here.
How is that fucked up? Like, you're getting 5 books signed for free. Like, let's be a little realistic here. But I did try to get him on the show because he said he's put his foot down. He's like, I'm not gonna do any more conventions. Like, he's fucking being hardcore about it, man.
He should be.
You don't what Brian? You don't blame him?
You get taken advantage of. A lot of these artists and creators get taken advantage of nowadays. All the actors and stuff.
I mean, I think it's honestly I think it's why a lot of these conventions are changing their names, because they're not comic conventions anymore.
Oh, and then they have to.
And then they have to. I mean, like legally, yeah. But I'm just saying, I think a lot of them are based just on the fact is it's a pop culture convention.
He says on Facebook, he said, for the record, I am no longer accepting invitations to Comic Cons that treat comic creators as second-class citizens. Life is too short to put up with that ridiculous disrespect, and I have real work to do. That's what he said on Twitter. He says, let me clarify. I was not trying to get special privileges for myself. I was steamed that all comic creators did not have access to the green room, nor did we have any sort of alternative facility. I'm not advocating star treatment such as afforded to Shatner, Nicholas, etc., which is all about security and protection for them from crowds of adoring fans. But hey, shouldn't comic creators have priority with actors nobody has even heard of who portray in voice or live action the characters we created? Personally, I'm not interested in the crappy steam table rice and mystery meat lunch, but I would greatly appreciate being able to grab a quick cup of coffee without waiting in line for 20 minutes at an overpriced concession stand.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
But he makes a good point, though. Like that's been our gripe here, is that the comic creator don't get the push, they don't get the publicity. I haven't heard anything about negative treatment as far as they go with creators here. I have heard of some creators that say they won't come back here just because of other politic reasons. But if it's like you were saying, Kyle, if it's a comic convention, why aren't they getting the same preferential treatment as your celebrity guests? Because there's people coming for them too, but they're just not charging the big old $50-$60 for an autograph. You know, most of them are autographing your shit for free, or will autograph 2 or 3 books for free. You know, if you're going to complain that the dude just autographed 5 books for you and then wants to charge you for others, that sounds like a personal problem. Doesn't sound like his fault at all.
He did that when he was here, didn't he, Brian? After so many.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, this isn't like a new thing. I don't know. I just think it's, and I get a lot of these stars and stuff it makes the ticket sales, because that's what's getting a lot more influx of people.
The sad thing is they are more popular at a comic convention than the comic book side of it. You're completely right.
I know it's about making money, and I get that, but it just, you know, if it's a comic convention, then all right, Brian.
I'm awake.
I wish you wouldn't have said anything, Kyle.
I know.
I'm awake. Dude, the RSO is fucking heavy right now, so.
Oh, man.
But I think if you're a guest at the convention, then you should be treated like a guest.
Yeah.
Like, why should A, B, and C be able to sit on the front of the bus but not C? You know what I mean? Like, everybody, if you're a guest there, if you're being paid to be there, if you're getting paid $5 or $5,000, you should have there should be somewhere for you to go backstage.
Well, I saw a really cool post. I forget who posted it, but it went along the lines of, you know, instead of spending $200 to get some, you know, schmuck actor's autograph, how about you pay, you know, $5 and get the autograph of the guy who created it? You know, help the artists, the struggling artists and creators, rather than these, you know, actors that are making $20 million for, you know, half a month's worth of work
For reading something.
Yeah. Well, and it's not like for the most part, it's not like those actors' life work, because they just move on to their next role. They're not dealing with these characters every day like an artist is, or, they didn't take the time to actually sit down and think out. Like they're playing a character somebody else created, and they're, like you said, they're getting way more notoriety for it than the person who actually created it. Yeah, everyone can tell you every actor that's played Batman, but most people can't tell you the names of the two people that created Batman.
Bob Finger.
Bob Finger. Yeah. Bill Kane and Bob Finger. Everyone can name who's played Superman, but they bet you they can't name the guys who created it without Googling it.
Oh, yeah. But I don't know that I just felt bad for them because you just think that these people, they're being paid to be there, so they should be the same as everybody else.
And I could see if he was like a crotchety old curmudgeon like Neil Adams or somebody, but he seemed pretty cool every time I went and talked to him.
Yeah, he had funny ass stories to tell.
Yeah.
He was a good guy. And if he really just wanted a cup of coffee, then let the man have a fucking cup of coffee.
He's gonna have a cup of coffee at every convention he goes to now because some nerd's gonna bring him one every time they go to see him.
He's not gonna do them anymore, so he won't get a free coffee.
He'll do them if they're not gonna be, they're not gonna segregate you or not have, if everyone's not gonna treat it equally.
I mean, that's not I wondered that at like Phoenix and stuff sometimes because you see these guys eating lunch like at the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I thought about that a few times. I'm like, I wonder if there's like somewhere they could go eat.
Well, they do. I think their green room is actually the escalators. Like, so when you come out and you go up the escalators, it's usually that like tarped off area back there where you see all the catering and shit. But I think like a lot of these guys, I think they want to be there for their fans, so they eat at the table or they do it quick. They're not taking long lunch breaks, or they can just decompress for a little bit.
Yeah,
because
I'd wondered that though.
But there's a difference though. These guys are working to get that money. It's not just coming in. So these
they don't have
comic
to do
artists
signings at 1, 5, and 7.
Well, they do. They have strict signing sessions, but I mean, like, that's why you're seeing them selling prints at their table, selling books.
That's what I'm talking about the movie stars.
Oh, okay.
That's why they only do 1, 5, and 7. They're only doing a couple a day, and they're not peddling for 12 hours.
Right. They're not peddling wares for 12 hours trying to make that money. Trying to make their health insurance payment or whatever they're trying to do. That's why I say if you go to a convention, don't be afraid to kick the person you have signing your book a couple bucks for it, just because you love the character and you're supporting their work. Because what you got to understand is a lot of these guys don't have insurance. A lot of these guys don't have.
But technically, you do every month when you buy the book.
Well, they get a portion of it. Who knows what their cut is. Like I would love to actually ask somebody that, like, what the artist. I should ask Gregory that what the artist and writer cut is with his deal. But I don't want to get too personal. I don't want to.
Yeah,
now you're talking about money.
Yeah, I never understood that. I'm always open to like that type of shit, but I understand when people aren't. So that's a tightrope.
No, yeah, and I don't want to. It's none of my business. But it would just be interesting to see what it is like. Because obviously, if you look at the way some of these people are living, it's not what you think it is. Like they're not living. I mean, right now, if your name's not Capullo or Snyder or some of these bigger dudes, you're not living that glamorous lifestyle.
No, it's just like a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm. And that's why some of their original artwork goes for so fucking much. But
still cool. It'd be cool to draw or write for a living. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would.
It'd be very cool.
It'd be so much better than. Oh my god, it's got to be better. Even if it doesn't pay much, at least the freedom, because you can do it anywhere. If you're a writer, you can be at Disneyland. Hey, shouldn't you be at work? My work's right here.
Yes, I want to know how much they get now because I wonder if it's like you can make $1,000 per book or.
That's Cena.
No, dude. Again, that's you're fucking dabbling into money situations. Like
Maybe you can Google it.
maybe. What was that fucking Liefeld story I posted? That was something similar to that.
Oh, about his new book coming out?
No.
issue 3?
No, I'm not talking about Major X.
God, I think I know what you're talking about. Let me go on.
Hold on, I got it.
Which part is it?
I posted it in the. Hold on, I'm pulling it up now.
Yeah,
Rob Liefeld offered a dude $150,000 an issue to draw Supreme.
not just any dude though. John Byrne.
Sorry, yeah, John Byrne.
That's pretty good money.
That's pretty fucking cool, man. How cool would that be to be like, dude, my favorite comic artist is still alive. I have a fucking enough money.
$150,000 an issue.
Yeah, and he's my favorite comic artist. I'm gonna have him draw my issue of, whatever.
I would do one issue a year.
Yep.
But going back to what you're talking about though, Gregory has made the comment many times when we've talked to him that when he talks about Alonzo and paying him, he's like, I pay him fairly. He doesn't say what he pays him, but he's like, I paid him fairly. I paid him fairly for what the standard market dictates. So I would be interested to see what that is. Not necessarily what he paid him, but what the standard market dictates.
I'd be interested to see what standard market dictates for that shit. There's got to be a list.
Yeah, there has to be some kind of somewhere so that you can be able to pay people correctly. I will draw panels for people for $5 a panel.
So, pay range in 2008. Sean Jordan, founder of Army Ant Publishing, claimed established freelance comic book artists were paid anywhere from $220 to $4,400 per book project, which breaks down to $10 to $200 per page. Pencils and ink inker artists can make for $75 to $200 a page.
That's not bad.
So $200 for a 32-page book. I mean, that's not terrible. Yeah.
As long as you're working on more than one book.
Well, I guess it's not really 32. Well, would it be 32 pages included? Or yeah, I can't remember if comics are 32 pages including the ads or without the ads. I think it's 32 pages of artwork and then the ads are additional. But that's $6,400 at $200 a page. It's not bad money, I guess. But there's still, a living to be made.
That's not a bad one. You do 2 books, make $12,000 a month.
Like I would like to. That's 2008 though, so I want to see like a more.
It's about $4 less.
Up to date. What an up to date figure is, but yeah, because everything's going back to this 2008 thing. I mean, maybe people just don't like talking about it.
Most people don't like talking about money unless you make lots of it.
So let's see, comic book artists. Let's see.
What should I pay a comic book artist?
Salary. Let's see. Types of artists were paid roughly 100. The normal artist was paid roughly $100 per page in 2010. Also, comic book artists' careers generally fall under the broad category of illustration careers. In 2010, illustrations, along with other fine arts, had an average annual salary of around $53,000.
It's not bad to draw comics, and then
No,
you
all.
wedge cons into it, and
But that's also if you're breaking in the industry and you're getting in with a publisher that can pay you that kind of money. Like I want to know how. Like I'd be interested to find out like how some of these more independent people are paid.
with rice.
Yeah, with food.
With coffee.
That's
They give
terrible.
gift cards to Home Depot.
Yeah. So
I mean, I think if it
I
was
don't know.
that terrible, a lot of people wouldn't be doing it.
yeah, I think it catches a lot of flack because the way you hear like the founding fathers of comics being treated and going out, like Bill Finger dying broken, penniless on someone on a couch. You hear about how these dudes like had no money to their name when they died, but you had like Bob Kane who who had a lot of money, and Stan Lee, and I think it's and then you hear about the shoot,
Work better deals. No, I'm just playing.
you hear about the guys who created Superman selling the rights away, and how one of them blew all their fucking money trying to legally get the rights to that character back, and like they died broken penniless. I think it was just all the art of the deal back then more so than it is now. People are more savvy, business savvy, and nowadays. No, you're not going to sign your rights away to shit.
Yeah, but most of those, they don't have rights to any of it. They're drawing someone else's character.
Well, right, that's what I'm saying. But like creator-owned books, you're gonna fucking hold a little closer to the heart. So I guess that's what I was saying. I wonder how much like the going rate on creator-owned stuff is. I guess if you're gonna play market value, you're gonna pay what the big boys are paying their artists.
That's why there's so many books.
What, Ryan? What?
Nothing.
No, say what you're gonna say.
What was it? What were we talking about?
You're
I don't know.
grunting.
Yeah, you're the one grunting when
Clear
you're
my
trying to
throat.
rip a fart.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that there's too many of the assholes that are ruining it for the rest of the people. So
Assholes.
you'll never see the end of it.
What assholes are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. What assholes could be ruining anything for anyone else? I don't know any asshole in the comic book industry.
Did you read it?
Yeah, I read it.
Is it any good?
No, it's not.
I'm not surprised.
I bought it to sell it on eBay. Not
I
gonna
bought
lie.
a copy so we can pop a staple, re-staple it, and get it graded.
Pop that staple, Kyle.
You want to do it right now? No, I want to. I'm going to order the stapler for the right.
Tim said
comic.
in the chat, Brian is having a religious experience with that toothpick.
I know. I can't, dude. I can't stop watching it. Like I cannot stop. It's like,
And man, Rick Simpson oil is fucking a religious experience in itself, man. Let me tell you. I love it.
fucking just grunting and laughing and wearing down your teeth enamel.
What do you guys think about The Boys?
What, getting canceled?
No.
What boys?
A TV show based on Garth Ennis.
Based on what?
The Garth Ennis comic. It's getting ready to start.
I don't know nothing about no boys.
You don't know anything about that? The Boys?
Nope.
It's a really fucking crazy comic that Garth Ennis did, and everybody's like, no, there's no place, there's no way this will ever get to, TV land, and it's coming out on Amazon. Looks good. Basically, what it's about is just there's a fixer that helps fix problems when superhero people get out of control and fuck something up, like getting a hamster stuck up their fucking their shoot.
What?
That was
What the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, I'm starting to have mad flashbacks to the first time Brian was on this show.
I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
I'll show you the book.
Oh my god.
Did he really just say superheroes getting a hamster stuck up the poop chute?
Yeah, watch.
I didn't even hear him say anything. Damn, now Ron, just sit here quiet.
Yeah, Tim, I bought Major X because it's a $4 book and it's going for like $15 on eBay, so I'm gonna make some money off of it.
You have to actually sell it though.
I know. I've got Brian syndrome. I buy books, but I don't actually post them on eBay.
Right?
Oh my god. I did the series I bought. It hurt to pay for it. $5 for that book.
Dude, the guy at the shop, at the surprise comic shop, he was like, "I have one issue, #1 left. It's $15. Do you want it?" I said, "Nope, no, thank you. I do not want to give. I will not give that man $15 for that."
Ken
book.
had a whole bunch of them. They're not getting $15 for that book though. They already paid for it.
I did pick up.
I
picked up a 5th printing of Die #1 that I still have to read. People have been talking about that. Uncanny X-Men. Dude, Uncanny X-Men is such a good book. If you're not reading it, fucking...
Is it coming out every
pick
week
it
or
up.
something?
Bi-weekly.
Is Major X a weekly book?
Bi-weekly. They kill 2 X-Men in this issue.
Which two?
Wolfsbane. They kill off Wolfsbane.
Throwaway X-Men issue.
And then they kill off Magneto's fucking clone, Jonathan, I think his name is, or Joseph or some shit like that.
Magneto.
Characters. Hey, I'm gonna share this real quick.
Wolfsbane is a good character, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna present Brian to everyone.
So this is The Boys, and this is the 5th issue, I think, 6th issue. As you can see, said hamster front and center.
That's someone's butt.
And then, it's a really good. It's a really good comic. It's just basically you got these crazy superheroes that do crazy shit in their off time. You know, when they're not doing superhero shit, and you have to have a fixer.
Oh, I see why Brian likes that already.
You have to go fix it. There's issue 1. But listen to this. So it says, the book will out-preach your preacher, Garth Ennis said. Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson, co-creators of the 2 most thought-provoking comics of the last decade, introduced their first original collaboration for a new monthly series, The Boys, a dark, twisted look at superpowers, super people, and the men and women who make sure the world's heroes never go too far. With 250,000 superpowered beings in the world, someone's got to watch out for what's going on beneath all those masks and capes. In a USA uncomfortably like our own, that task falls to the Boys, a government-funded group of confidential CIA, government-funded group of operatives dedicated to keeping the soups in line. Team leader Billy Butcher, described by a confidential CIA report as the most lethal individual ever encountered by this agency, is on the hunt for new recruits. But it takes something special to join this outfit. You have to be smart, you have to be strong, and you have to hate soups with every ounce of black passion in your heart. So yeah, that's going to be the guy that's playing Billy the Butcher is the guy that played Judge Dredd. What's that guy's name? Carl
Urban.
Carl Urban. Yeah. So, and you can totally see who needs to be playing Huey or whatever his name is. I mean, that's totally written for that one English Shaun of the Dead dude.
Oh, you mean Simon Pegg?
Yeah, Simon Pegg.
I don't know. Aaron Paul could play it too. Jesse from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, but
I don't think buzzed white guy with facial hair is hard to cast.
Yeah.
I don't think that's that hard to cast. But so they shove hamsters up each other's butts.
This one,
that what I'm
issue number
understanding?
7 says the teenage kicks bring the fight to the boys' doorstep and learn immediately that they've taken on more than they can handle. The
What
boys,
did I just walk into?
the boys are back in business, but it's all too much for Huey to handle. So, yeah.
I've never heard of that comic series.
Oh, dude, it was huge when it was out. It was really big. I think I have issues like 1 to maybe 30 or 25. They were with Wildstorm for a while, and then they were too dark for Wildstorm, so Wildstorm had to let them go, and they got picked up by Dynamite. Is that what it was? Yeah, Dynamite.
Tim says is shoving a hamster in your ass is superpower now. Apparently.
Oh my god. And then Dynamite picked them up.
Yeah.
So they switched 3 publishers.
I finally watched the trailer today for that fucking like dark evil Superman movie, Bright something. The fuck is it? Brightburn.
Uh-huh.
I haven't heard that.
And it was like butt. Everyone's like, "Oh, check it out! It looks so good." It's like if Superman were evil. So the kid basically has the same like origin story of Superman. He's sent to Earth from outer space, and he's adopted by 2 people, and grows up to find out that he's got superpowers.
That'd be dope.
It looks pretty bad.
Did you see the Dark Phoenix trailer?
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm already.
Movie looks good.
I think it looks good too.
Yeah, looks like they're closed. You could tell that they're closing everything out. They're closing it out.
Have we heard anything about New Mutants lately?
Nope.
I thought they were bringing it back. It's back on the. I thought they put it back on the shelf.
Maybe the end of the year.
I thought it was back in because I thought they had shelved it for a while, and then I thought they had brought it back.
I know they pushed up the release. They pushed up the release date for Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yeah, that's awesome that they did that.
That's going to be a good one. That'd be a really good one.
How far did they push it up again?
It's coming out July 2nd now.
Sweet.
I've always thought Mysterio was a great character that was underused.
Definitely.
It depends on how they do them.
Yeah.
Fucking Tim in the chat. You see what he said?
Maybe if shooting them out your ass with excessive force and they're on fire, I'll buy that book.
Have you guys ever heard of the story of Armageddon? The safe word in Armageddon?
Is it pineapple? My safe word is pineapple. Well, you're looking at that. Did you guys see that John Cena is in talks to join Suicide Squad 2, the sequel?
Because Batista.
Yeah, he's gonna play the role. They're speculating that he's gonna play the role of Peacemaker, the role that Batista was supposed to play, but he had to drop out of because his schedule is too crazy.
He's too hectic wrestling.
No, he's not wrestling anymore. He had his final farewell match, but he's got so many movies coming out this summer. He's got like this fucking like Uber movie coming out with I can't think of the actor's name. The dude who did The Big Sick. He's also in Silicon Valley. He plays Dinesh in Silicon Valley.
Oh yeah, that guy's great.
Kumar Nanjiani, I would say something like that.
Yeah,
so he's in a movie with him, and then he's got Avengers coming out, and he's got a ton of movies slated. So,
Brian, you're sharing your screen again.
Okay, here we go. This is what I want to show you guys.
Who sends me a copy of a
Can you hear
story
it?
that appeared in the Los
Yes.
Angeles Times. He says, a prestigious newspaper, not the oft-maligned weekly World News. Quoting the story, in retrospect, lighting the match was my big mistake, but I was only trying to retrieve the gerbil. Eric Konowitzki told the news doctors in the severe burns unit of Salt Lake City Hospital. Tomaszewski and his homosexual partner, Andrew Kinky.
What are you playing, Brian?
This is real.
After a belching session had gone seriously.
So this is a newscast like in the 60s, and they're playing it, and they didn't realize what they were getting into. But this is real. This really happened on air, and you got to listen to how this guy cracks up. It's like 2 minutes long. It's hilarious. So this is real. He had no idea what he was about to read, and it just gets worse from there.
The hospital. Tomaszewski and his homosexual partner, Andrew Kinky Farnham, had been admitted for emergency treatment after a felching session had gone seriously wrong.
A what session?
Felching.
Cardboard tube up his rectum and slipped Raggett, our gerbil, in, he explained. As usual, Kinky shouted out, "Armageddon!" My cue that he'd had enough.
He can't keep it straight.
I tried to retrieve Raggett, but he wouldn't come out again, so I peered into the tube and struck a match, thinking the light might attract him. At a hushed press conference, the hospital spokesman described what happened next. The match ignited a pocket of intestinal gas and flame shot out the tube, igniting Mr. Tomaszewski's hair and severely burning his face. It also set fire to the gerbil's fur and whiskers, which in turn ignited a larger pocket of gas further up the intestine, propelling the rodent out like a cannonball.
Kyle's losing his shit back there.
Can you imagine?
He's muted. He's muted back there, losing his shit. Did all you just see is him, like twirling around and like leaning backwards?
What the fuck?
A guy at work showed me that one day, and I went, "This is the funniest thing I've ever heard." He's like, "Dude, it happened live on air." I'm like, this is not real. And sure enough, the gay couple safe word was Armageddon. So I shouted Armageddon, but that didn't help. So that pocket happened to reignite an even bigger pocket, blowing the gerbil out the rectum like a cannonball.
I've officially lost all control of this show, so we might as well just let it go where it goes. Because between Brian falling asleep like Jose and picking his teeth, and now we're talking about lighting farts on fire, the gerbils and anuses, I've lost all control.
Pandemonium.
I mean, it is the next logical step. If it doesn't come out, to burn it out.
Yeah.
Armageddon.
Gone seriously wrong.
Jeez, man.
It's terrible. Hey, let's go through the. Do you guys just want to real quickly go through the list for Phoenix Fan Fest?
No, not on this episode. I don't. Not following that. I don't. Wax Jocks is in there, packed in there like a musket.
Oh fuck,
Dude, Brian, you're killing me, dude. Listen, check out this story about this dude who put a gerbil in his ass. Hey, you want to talk about Phoenix Fan Fusion now? No.
Yeah. It's gonna be some editing magic there.
Do you want to show them our press pack until we get our press passes pulled? Absolutely, Brian, I do. Let's do it. Oh my god, I got tears in my eyes right now. Oh, fuck.
Well, at least you didn't think Notre Dame was only in Indiana.
That's true.
Notre Dame's in Indiana.
We can talk about the your squirt protege. though, that we messaged last week on the show, and he actually responded, and he's a nutto.
Is he?
You didn't
Yeah.
think he was gonna respond. I knew he was gonna respond.
Did he fucking light you up?
Oh, dude, he's a nutto, bro.
You gonna share it for us?
Talking about, I've already showed him to you, talking about how like he likes to bathe and squirt.
Oh yeah. He's a fucking nut, man.
Squirt enema.
I heard he.
No.
I heard he drinks fake squirt.
He's like, I take a bath and squirt. It's pretty much what he said.
Yeah, and his friends are like, dude, you seriously got to stop saying this shit.
Yep.
You look weird.
You look weird.
It's fake. It's fake squirt. It's just a facade. He's just doing it for money.
It's just Sprite that he puts in a squirt bottle.
Mm-hmm. It's all just a money making ploy.
Yeah, it's seltzer water. It's a shtick.
It's a shtick. We should have him come on the show, and they can have it. You and him can have a squirt off.
Dude, I don't even want him on the show. Not just because I'm afraid like he would lose his fucking mind. Like he seems like the type of dude that would like lose his goddamn mind.
All you got to do is just cut him off. And
you know what I would think would be funny? I'd love for him to show up, and we've got the whole setup. We got like
Tim says his friends are yelling at him the safe word at him to stop. Armageddon, Armageddon.
That's the greatest safe word ever, man. Armageddon, Armageddon. To have them all hooked up, but like in syringes, and be like, dude, if you don't fucking mainline squirt, you're not doing it right, man. This is the ultimate.
Squirt again, squirt again.
Squirt again.
That's so the kid did. I kind of feel bad for him because he's probably gonna catch a lot of fucking hell over the years because of this.
When he runs for something, that's what's gonna come up.
I cook my pasta in squirt. I'm on a quest to acquire an item of existence value and untold riches. Can you help me, traveler? I'm looking for the artifact known as squirt. Sitting in an empty Whataburger parking lot, just enjoying a squirt.
The fuck?
Packing for Rio. Bathing suit, no. Sunscreen, no. Passport, no. Squirt, yes.
Dude, you need to get him on the show next week. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Grapefruit flavored beer is not equivalent to the delectable flavor of squirt soda. Hey, Smirnoff, I think it's time for you to consider a squirt flavor.
Dude,
the guy has lost it, man.
Dude, he needs to come on the show. We need to figure out this.
Did you know that I only bathe in squirt?
Look at his friend's response to that one.
Yeah, dude, you need to stop.
We totally need to interview that guy.
I'd feel so bad, man. I'd feel like I'd be embarrassed for him.
Why? We're just gonna talk to him about what he loves, like what we talk about with you.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I bet you it'd be interesting to see if he comes on.
He already said he would, didn't he, Matt?
Yeah, he already said he would.
Oh fuck yeah! Then we got to get him on, man.
Do it. Let's do it.
He replied to us and said he would be down to do it
next week.
Yeah, then we got to do it, man.
Yeah,
15 minutes. Explain to us why you love squirt and why you think you should be the spokesman for Squirt's Twitter account.
Tim says, "Come, guys. Who doesn't sit in a Whataburger parking lot after hours squirting in their car?"
That's why you don't go to the 24-hour Whataburgers. There's too much squirting.
You guys are nuts.
We got to get that guy on next week, though. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, Matt. Do it.
Next week is the viewer-led show, so I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Oh man,
that's gonna be fun.
It should be fun.
I can't believe like this has been a rough show.
I think it's been a good show.
Yeah, I bet you have, Armageddon.
It's still stuck on Brian, so we just been watching Brian the whole time.
I know. I'm waiting for him to fall asleep so I get that perfect like clip, so I can Photoshop him like I did to Jose.
Yeah.
Oh, I clicked it off. Damn it! I should have said something. Oh, you ended it, man.
Yeah, I clicked it off.
At least you didn't squirt it off. But where'd Jose go?
Who knows?
He went to bed. His clarity kicked in.
Probably. Oh man.
So you really haven't seen the Dark Phoenix trailer yet?
Nope.
I think it's gonna be fucking good.
I don't think it is. I think it's gonna be horse shit.
I don't know.
The people already comparing it to Fantastic Four: Rise of Silver Surfer tells me it's just gonna be horse shit. But apparently, the only thing that's good about Silver Surfer was Silver Surfer. The rest of the movie is dog shit. Ain't that right, Brian?
Yep.
You're not gonna go see it on Thursday night, Matt?
No. I will not see. I probably won't even see it in theaters, dude.
Dang.
I didn't even see Age of Apocalypse until it came out on DVD.
I don't know if I'm gonna go see this one in theater just because I don't know. It's so much easier just to watch it at home, but
It is so much easier.
I might pull a Kyle and watch it online.
yeah.
It's the only way to watch movies.
Yeah.
Watch new movies. I just still don't understand why we can't pay $9 and rent a brand new movie in our house.
Because then when you go to a theater, now follow me here. When you go to a theater, it's $9 per person. When it's at your house, you're paying $9 for everybody and your brother to watch the
Fuck
movie.
it. Make it $20 then.
You're still paying for everybody and your brother
So what?
to watch the movie. So
So
you're
what?
losing. They're losing money.
I bet you they want it. I bet you they'd make more money.
I don't think that math adds up, but that's just me.
You don't think they'd make more money being able to offer it at home?
20 people or $20 for unlimited number of people to watch that movie versus
So what's the difference now
number-
of people watching it on the internet? They're
Well,
not
right.
losing any money.
well they're losing
What?
they are losing money.
But they're
You're not getting those ticket sales.
But they're still you don't really notice.
I'm not saying you notice, but if
So-
they were to start doing that
so
where it
what's
was
the difference
$20 a
between
person,
That's more than nothing.
you're gonna cripple the movie industry. You're not gonna be able to make movies anymore.
It will not cripple the music.
The movie industry just needs to join and figure out a way for their part in this because it's going that way whether they like it or not.
Why do you think the fucking cost of like pay-per-view?
And if it was on everybody's movie, I guarantee it wouldn't be Fred, George, Amy, Grant, everybody. Call everybody. Come over here. Come to my house. We're all watching the movie together. No, it's not going to be like that.
You know, if I were to say, "Hey guys, guess what? I have Avengers Avengers Endgame tomorrow at my house." I only had to pay $20 for it. Come watch it. You don't think everyone's gonna come watch it?
If I had,
You wouldn't be one of the first people knocking down my
if
door.
I had the same option, no, I probably wouldn't. If we all had that option, I would not go, Matt, I'm on my way. Probably.
But that's the thing. When you
I
go to
can
a
know.
theater,
I can do it too.
you're taking your family of 4, and you've got to buy an individual ticket for each person. To where when you do it that way, you're only paying one price for an individual family of 4 or
I think
whatever.
more money for the people like me who don't really go to the theater. So now they're not making any money, but if it was here, they would actually make money to all the people. All the people that want to go to the theaters are going to go to the theaters, and then if they offer it at home, I think they'd make a killing.
I don't know. I think people are cheap. How many people don't pay for their own Netflix account?
Yes, people are cheap. Yes, I mean $20, they're still making. Even if a family 4 watches it for $20, they're still making money. I don't think there would be rooms full of people watching it. I don't think that because you don't. Hey, I got Aquaman, Matt. Want to come over and watch it?
No, I don't.
Why? I can buy it. You can come over and watch it. I'll buy it.
That's
For
okay.
$5.
I don't care to watch Aquaman.
Oh man, you don't want to come over and watch the movie?
No, not Aquaman. If it was Avengers Endgame, then we're talking a different story here. But
if it was offered to everybody, you could just watch it. I bet you they'd make a killing. Because the cool thing is, how many people do you think would buy it again?
I don't.
A couple.
Yeah, for the same amount of people that go back to the theater and watch it. Matt, I mean, what's the difference?
But it's still the same. Like, you're gonna take a loss because you're losing that money for a family of 4 for each person at $10 versus paying $20 for however many people watch it in your house.
I think it would be just as much as they would be making this money too. Because like I have a family of 4. I don't go to the movies.
Yeah.
Now I could buy it with my family. They're still making money.
They have that now. It's called DVD sales.
But to offer it when it comes out same weekend, I can watch it in my house for $20. I think they'd make a killing.
I do too. I think they'd make a killing too. But there's too many old school George Lucas, Steven Spielberg types that want the whole experience.
And
of
it would still be there too.
Here's a good one. Look up and to see how much money fucking what the interview made. Because they did that with the interview, the Seth Rogen movie. They released that directly to home because they couldn't put it in theaters. So, and you had to pay to stream it. There are movies that they release, like they do like a same day release on demand, as if you were to go to the movie theater. But I think you're going to lose a lot of money that they have to make back.
But it wouldn't
doing it that way.
But it wouldn't. You can't really compare it to the interview because it would still come out in theaters. It's just another option.
Well, I'm just saying the best movie we can look at right now would be the interview because of that situation.
It didn't come out in theaters. So that's not. You know what I mean? They would have to release a movie. Both ways first.
I think the movie industry is slowly dying. I hate to say it.
Well, yeah, because it's all remakes and superhero movies.
Yep. It's cool every once in a while to see good movies like Get Out and what was that other one that John Krasinski did?
The Quiet Place.
They did 40 million in digital sales and another 5.8 million in regular sales.
Okay, so that's 40 million. Okay. So, but like, look at, I don't know. I think they're going to take a hit. You're not going to see movies making billions of dollars in theaters. If you have that.
You don't think Avengers would make more money if it was released at home and at the theater at the same time?
Well, but that's what I'm saying is that no, I don't think it would.
You think it would make less money?
I do. Because you have the people that are still going to the theater to pay it, but for each person that doesn't go to the theater, that's okay. So if they charge $15 to $20 for you to watch it at home, that's still money per person they're missing out on.
Yeah, but it's still I don't know. I think because I think it fills it. Yeah, I think it fills in the gap of people who don't go to the movies.
Who are you agreeing with, Wax Jack? I'm not following. I see you say I agree, but I just don't think. I mean, I think you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose money. I'm not saying I don't know how much it would be, but I don't think they're gonna hit $1 billion opening weekend if you do it like that.
If it was at home and in the movies.
Oh, he's saying that the interview sucked. It's the only movie I can think of where they released it digitally like that. But I mean, there's other like smaller independent movies. But
they didn't. You can only compare it to a movie to truly be able to gauge it. You'd have to be able to do it to a movie that came out at the theater and at home at the same time.
How many movies have done that?
None.
No, I bet you there's some.
No,
now.
there's a lot of movies right now that do like same day release in theaters where it's on demand where you can buy it on pay-per-view the same day it comes into theaters. But there's small like B-list movies. Look it up. So Google search it.
I'm asking you because you
have DirecTV. They do it all the time. They always say same day release.
You're spitting out the fact, so I was asking you.
Fine, I'll look it up.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just saying. Especially to all those people that aren't close to a movie theater, they'd be paying for it. It's just extra sales. What do you think, Brian?
I agree with you. I'd rather watch TVs or movies at my own home.
So, and it would be the same. It wouldn't even be a 24-hour thing. You'd pay $20. It would start. You'd pick your whenever you wanted to start. Like, you'd pick the 8 o'clock one. You'd watch it as soon as it was done. It was done. You couldn't watch it again. You wouldn't have it for 24 hours. You wouldn't have it for you could watch it one time. $20.
Maybe if they made it that way. Batman: The Killing Joke is one. In Your Eyes is another one. A Field in England is one. God Bless America is another one. Road to Guantanamo, Bubble, EMR. All those movies were released on demand the same day they were released in theaters.
Are any of them? Did any of them get any good reviews?
God Bless America is a good movie, but it's an indie film. Most of the ones that do that are indie films.
Yeah, they kind of have to do that.
For what reason?
To save money somewhere else. Right? They don't have to have a huge publicity machine, so maybe they could put more money into special effects or something.
I figured it was to get more sales because then they've got both mediums. People who go to the movies and then people who don't.
But they still they still make that money from the people who don't go to the movies on the back end when you're buying the DVD. Plus, so they're still making the DVD sales. Like, I get what you're saying, but I think like if you doing the math, having
what you have nothing to base on. There's no way you could prove any of this.
Doing 12 times 4. How is this like not catching to you? Like, if you're paying $12 a person for a family of 4 versus $20 for your entire family one time, like there's gonna be loss at some point. You're gonna see it. It might be minuscule. I'm not arguing how much it's gonna be. I'm just saying it's gonna be at a loss.
I don't even think I think they would do just fine. It'd be awesome.
It depends on the movie.
Why would it depend on the movie?
What do you mean? Why would it depend on the movie?
Yeah, why would it depend on the movie?
Because if it's a shit movie, nobody's gonna want to watch it either way.
Well, I mean that you can't do anything about that. that wouldn't affect the fact that it's at the movies and at your house, because people aren't going to see it regardless.
Not true, because there's a lot of people that go watch shit movies just because they're going to the spectacle of going to the movie theater.
But it's your personal opinion on what a shit movie is.
Yeah.
That's when 20 people come over to your house to watch it. I don't know. I'm wrong. I don't know.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't know it's going to make that big of money, because yes, they're getting the double sales, but you would think that $12 a person for 4 people would be a higher number than 4 people at just $20.
If I go see a matinee, it would almost be the same price for 4 people to watch it at home.
That's sad.
Well, it depends. But we're putting an imaginary price point on what it is to watch it at home. But okay. Yeah, I see your point.
Well, you keep saying 4 people.
Yeah,
That's so. What? How much is a matinee?
usually like $8, $9.
I thought it was less than that, but
I remember we used to be $3.
I'm just saying they can find an average price. I'm pretty sure they could do that.
It's like $12 to go see a fucking movie after 6 o'clock now. Like I paid like $12.50 a person for my Avengers tickets.
I would watch a lot more movies.
It's like the same thing with like the music industry. Why they say it's dying because and there's such a big thing on streaming and shit. Like it's like okay, you bought one CD and then
But see, the music
let 4 other people
they've
come
got a
off
lot
of
more
it.
adapting.
Yeah, they have now with digital downloads and shit. But I don't think like Waxjock said in the chat. The allure is that going to the movies is a spectacle in itself. Like people like to go to the movies for that.
The average matinee price for Harkins is $7.50 to $10, and then for AMC it is $13.69
For a matinee?
No, sorry, hold on. It is $7.50 for $10 on Harkins, and it doesn't say for AMC. It just says ticket price $13. So it's interesting. I didn't know that.
I don't know. I just think they'd make more money for all the people that don't like to go to the movies. They still, like me, I don't go to the movies. It takes me a lot to go to the movies.
I'm with you.
So I can't be the only person. So if they charge me $20, I'd be more than happy to pay $20 to sit in my house and not have to go to a movie theater, but still be able to watch it opening weekend.
Yeah.
I would still love to be able to watch it Thursday night, and then
Like that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kyle. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I'm just saying that's just. It would benefit for people like me that I hate going to the movies. Like, I think that's why I watch movies and I go in the movies and I come back and what do I usually say about movies after I see them in the theater?
Suck.
That I didn't like it. And I think it's because I'm at the movie theater. I just don't like doing it.
Like, so Wax Jocks is in the theater. If Beyonce is coming to your theater, you know that you're making bank. If Endgame is coming to your theater, you know you'll make huge profits. Indie movies can't get you that assurance. So that's why they do it. And he's like, you will also wait or go to the theater on opening weekend. So, I mean, I like going to the theater. Like that's the part of the I'm an old school movie person. I like going to watch movies in the theater. I don't care about the theater. Yeah, people are annoying, but I still enjoy going to the movies.
Like I got a nice big TV. It's just so much better watching things in the comfort of your own home.
I love going to the movies when it's not slam packed. I love it even more now with the recliners. So as long as it's not 3D, I'm good.
Oh, you can't handle 3D?
No.
Makes you see poo.
And
Yeah.
it sucks to wear glasses and put 3D glasses on.
Yeah, I've heard that. Brent says the same thing.
It's stupid.
But that's just me. Like I like going to the movies, so it wouldn't hinder me either way. It would cut down on me paying to go see it a second time because then I would probably just watch it from home the second time. But I don't know. I think that
they should make a rule if you see it in the theaters, you can't see it at home.
why would they make that? That would be like,
oh, they wouldn't make any money.
That's what DVD sales are.
I'm just playing.
I just
think
say
the other thing is, you gotta look how much money they're making off of concessions and stuff and advertising.
But the theater's making money off concessions. The movie.
Yeah, the movies are. They're not making the money off concessions, but they're making money off advertising.
Well, the advertising is getting you into the theater to watch the movie. They're paying for the advertising.
And
I know.
if they advertise it, I would know to buy it on my TV. Right?
But but you're arguing. I understand where you're coming. You're arguing from a point of convenience. Like you don't like to go to the theater, so you'd rather buy it on your TV, and that's the point you're arguing it from, and that's fine. I'm just saying that you're gonna lose. There's gonna be some money loss because of people buying a ticket per person versus buying a movie one time and having however many people watch it.
It's not. I think the point, what it sounds like to me, you're saying is you think nobody's going to go to the theater anymore.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
I think everybody's still going to go to the theater, and there's just going to be a nice chunk of percentage of people that'll just watch it at home. I don't understand why there'd be a money loss if everyone's still going to go to the theater.
Well, I'm just saying because you're for everyone who goes to the theater. Okay, so but you look at it now. Look at all the people that go to the theater. Say you get a theater of 300 people, and half of them watch it at home. Okay, that's for each person not there. You don't know how big their family is. You don't, so if you're paying $20 for all 5 people in your family to watch that movie total, instead of paying $8 a person for the X amount of people to watch that movie, there's going to be a money loss there.
I don't think there'd be much of a money loss.
Because there's going to be a separation of people that go to the theater now that'll be like, oh, I'm not going to go because I can just watch it from home. So it's not like that. And that's where it sounds like you're coming from, is that you're like, the same people are still going to go to the theater that go to the theater, but that might not be the case.
But it might be.
I'm just thinking, we're arguing in circles now. Jose's over there playing video games.
I got one question. Is George Perez going to be in Phoenix this year?
No.
He's actually sticking to his guns.
I don't think he's even listed. Is he listed for Fan Fusion?
No.
I know Norm is going to be here, but
that's weird. Well, it's not weird. He said he wouldn't come back here after the whole, what's it called, the Trump debacle, which I don't understand why that makes it so he can't come here.
Because
he's not going to red states.
Yeah, he's not going to any states that are Republican.
Okay.
That's the reason. But he'll go to states that are blue, but he won't go to states that are red.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to states that are green.
All right, let's see here.
I think that's we can end it here since Jose's playing video games.
You know what's one good a company that makes it so that you watch it live and you can watch it on the TV at the same time and they still make a lot of money?
What?
The UFC.
That's true.
Wrestling, they do it too.
Yeah.
What?
Dude, that's crazy because you know what? I used to have UFC fights and I'd have like 15 people at my house, man. I bet you they lost so much money.
Yeah, but you're paying $50 for a UFC fight. $60 for a UFC fight.
Everybody pitches in for
everybody pitches in for that, right?
So then make the movies at home that much.
Dude, when I was a kid, I used to go to my buddy's house and watch wrestling pay-per-views at $60 for the pay-per-view. We each chipped in $5.
Damn, I bet you they lost money because how much is it to go see it?
To go see it live?
Yeah.
More than that?
Fuck, they're losing money.
What?
You're not making any sense.
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference? It's
because seeing an event live and watching at home, you're still paying for it the same way. But
exactly.
but it's not deterring people that are like, oh, I can go watch it live in your hometown or watch it at home. It's not deterring people. They're like, you can't go watch a movie.
It does work.
You can't go to a wrestling event in fucking New York when you live in Phoenix like that. It's not like
you can.
It's not the same as like.
I used to. That's why the UFC wouldn't let me go to Vegas and watch the fights because I was from a different state. I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Tim just said.
Damn it.
Like Tim just said, they can't have WrestleMania in 2,000 venues at the same time.
But they do it. They do a live event that you have the opportunity to go to.
Right, but you have Avengers Endgame in like thousands of theaters at the same time with millions of people going to see it. Like you don't have that. You only have it in one state, and then your only other option is watching it at home. If you're not there to go to the live event, it's not like you can just drive down to your local, stadium and they're having a WrestleMania there. Yeah, it's. Like, I understand what you're saying, but like we're just gonna have to agree to disagree at this point.
I hope they do it, and I hope you have to go. Damn, Kyle, you're fucking right.
Damn, Kyle, why do you pay to go see Ghost every time they're in town? Why don't you just watch their show online for somebody streaming it?
I do. Every fucking concert they do, I sure.
Okay, but I'm saying when they're in Phoenix, why do you go to their live show? Why don't you just stay home?
Because I can. They're here.
Why are you going to see Limp Bizkit tomorrow at UFest? Why don't you just watch it at home?
If they had it at home and I could pay for it, I would. I totally fucking would.
You could watch it from somebody streaming it at home.
98 came and said, "Hey, for $18 you can watch the whole concert at home." I'd watch it at home.
But that's part of the thing of going to the concert. You're also paying for the experience. That's the same thing with the movie. You're paying for the experience to go to the movies.
I'd watch every Ghost concert live online.
Matt, you are correct. That's what you're paying for when you go to theater. It's that whole experience.
Yeah, but I don't care about the experience.
Exactly. Certain people do, certain people don't.
I'm sure a lot of people don't. That's what I'm saying. That's another percentage of people that would be watching the movie or doing it. It's just another source of income.
You think these people just don't watch movies now because they don't go to the movie theater?
No, they just wait like I do.
Or they watch it online. Yeah. But like Wax Josh just said, we're both right. The dollars are the deciding factor, though.
Yeah.
So we're both making.
I'm just saying, I would like to watch it opening weekend. I just don't want to go to the theater to do it.
I understand what you're saying.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are like that.
I'm sure you're 100% correct.
Yeah. Well, I know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be trying to go to a showing where there's not a ton of people in the crowd. And then I'll go home and watch it at home if there isn't.
I don't know. Wax says, I think a good comparison is cable versus streaming. The balance shifts once the money spoke.
What is that? I don't understand that. What does that mean?
Well, because you're getting paid a lot more money to do, because look at the money spoke, so you're paying less to watch it at home versus or watch it on a streaming service than like watching it on HBO. So you're paying. So like right now, I pay like $150 for DirecTV for 2 TVs in my house, and you can pay $20 a month for a streaming like Sling to watch the same shit. But I just don't like having to sit through stupid ads, and like I like being able to DVR and fast forward my shit. So, and I like being able to watch it when it comes out not next day.
Well, there's also a bunch of new stuff that like these cable companies are doing, like DSL. Is that a cable company? Direct.
Well, there's DirecTV, and then there's DSL it's like internet.
Okay, so it sounds like DSL is offering a package for $15. This is what Oompa does. For $15 a month, he gets a package that he can watch anything live streaming that that they have available to their regular cable users, and you can also download. It's just basically like you're having your Cox account to watch on any TV. You don't have to have a cable box. You can just download the package for $15 a month, and then you can stream all the channels they have available.
DirecTV has that too. It's called DirecTV Now or Go or something like that, where you pay like $30 a month and you can stream certain channels, but you can't. They don't offer you the other option to like record them.
See,
or you can't like DVR them.
Yeah, that's the next step. That's where it's going to be the big changes. That right there, what you just said, Matt. That's the big turnpike that's coming up.
So Wax says, so when enough people were incentivized not to pay for cable, the streaming services suddenly had the money to get better content leased. And like that's what look at what Netflix raises their prices all the time because they have to pay for that Netflix original series somehow. It's not a tremendous amount of money, but
Sorry.
What'd you say?
No, I turned to my YouTube and it was not muted.
Oh. I like I said, we're arguing semantics. We're both right. It's just a matter of like you'd have to sit there and actually do the math to look at it. And I don't even know where to begin to do that math.
Yeah.
I am not a mathematician. I just think like logically, I think you might be right. I might be wrong, but I would think logically like $12 per person, you'd sell more than $12 for a family of four, like total.
Like I would pay $50 to be able to watch the movie Friday night at my house. Avengers, they said $50 you could pay for it. You can have it at your house. I'd buy it.
What if it's like $50 a month
to watch every movie?
To watch movie once.
Yeah, I would pay. I would to not go to the. Okay, so based on Matt's like family of four, so it's $13 a ticket times 4, and then it's like $66 in fucking popcorn and sodas. It's cheaper to pay $50 and just have it streamed to my house.
I'm right, but I'm not talking. I'm not when I just want to put it out there. I'm not adding concessions and all this into the math because I'm thinking of what the studio gets for the movie sales. So I'm not adding concessions into this. I'm just saying like ticket prices straight up. Now,
if they offered Avengers, if I can watch it on the 26th for $50, I'd do it. At my house, I'd do it.
Now, if there was a service where you could pay, like Jose's saying, if there was a service where when you sign up, they say how many people are in your household, and you tell them, and then you pay X amount of money per household to cover that, then that's a different situation. Like
a midget.
If it's like, okay, you got a family of 4, so that's gonna be $30.
I don't think anybody would lie.
Huh?
A 12-year-old.
How many people are in your house? 1.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying.
15 of us. There's 1. God damn it! Shut up. I don't know.
I would too.
I mean, it wouldn't deter me from going to the theater still. Like movies that I'm like on the fence about, it would I mean, that type of service you're talking about would draw me to watch movies that I'm not sure that I want to go to the theater for.
There's something about going to see a movie in a theater and the whole experience and everything that comes with it. And I see that, there's certain movies that, in my opinion, you have to go to the theater and watch. And that's just my opinion. But I think that we are definitely going towards the way of, movie theaters and big chains becoming extinct. But it's going to be a bummer because I don't know. Will that just leave those big theaters like what's the famous one here in Arizona?
Harkins.
No.
What? Which one?
The famous theater. at the downtown it used to have. They redid it. It's really famous for being one of the first places that Star Wars was shown. It's got a weird name.
Oh, I have no idea.
Mm-mm.
Well, anyways, those places will become the places that people go to get that feeling of nostalgia and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, because it's like it's a whole production to go to the movies.
Uh-huh. Let's see here.
Expensive to go to the movies.
Because I mean, we're arguing it from two different points. You're arguing it from the point of convenience and like what you would want versus the money side of it. So I mean, it's like Wax said,
I also think they would make money. So
we're both right. It just comes down to the dollars and how much is actually going to be made.
I think they would make money both ways. But that's just me. So, never mind.
What?
Nothing. I'm done talking about it.
Say it. Spit it out. Garmin's Chinese Theater. Is that what Brian's talking about? That's
No.
isn't that in LA? LA.
I know there's a cool theater downtown. I don't remember what it's called though.
I would thought he was talking about Alamo Draft House, but and then when he started saying that it's old, I was like, okay, because those have just come here.
That's recent.
There's a movie theater. I think it's an AMC now, actually.
The one downtown?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one, like, it's in a strip mall, or not a strip mall, but, like, there's, like, a shopping area
Yeah.
it's connected to.
Yeah.
It's an AMC now. I just don't remember what it's called.
Is it the one that's by the convention
Hooters.
center?
Yeah. It's, like, 2 blocks away. 2 or 3 blocks away.
I've been to that theater. I saw Deadpool there, but I don't know that it's a Harkins. No, yeah, it's a Harkins now.
AMC. AMC.
Is it AMC?
Yeah. Because there's no Harkins downtown.
Yeah, they got kicked out in the 80s. They didn't like their kind there.
No. I thought you were being serious.
They're a little too dark.
No,
They're too dark for the neighborhood.
DC movie.
What happened to those porn like theaters?
You can get it for free at home.
Yeah, I was about to say you don't need them anymore.
That could prove Matt's point.
The internet happened.
Fuck it. Nope, never mind. I'm on Team Matt now. Never mind.
I just proved it.
Yep. Good job. Okay. You're 100% right, Matt. My bad. I take the last 36 minutes back.
Too late.
The Orpheum.
There
Is
it
that
is.
what you guys were talking about? The Orpheum?
And that, well, I mean, people still pay for porn too. That's why Pornhub has a fucking premium subscription.
Nobody pays for that. That's just
Like
there
10
to annoy you to click out of something.
It's like 10 people that pay
Well,
for it.
like we were talking about starting your dad bod camming model career, and people would have to pay for that.
Nobody would pay for that. Well, they might pay $50 on opening night.
Just once.
Just once. What the fuck are we watching? See?
Why is he naked?
Fucking Tim just killed me. Did you see his comment? Fucking Jose just shot Kyle down. He had been sleeping for the last hour when he wakes up to kill Kyle's theory.
But completely. Never mind. I take it all back. I am a man, and I can admit when I'm fucking wrong, and I'm fucking wrong.
Oh man.
God damn it, Jose.
You're welcome, Matt.
I honestly didn't even think about using porn to try and make an argument.
I mean, I'm sure that's why Pee Wee Herman's glad that fucking on the internet, right?
Hey, sweet. He's coming back, right?
Yeah, he's coming to Phoenix. Well, we'll talk about it in a couple weeks. But yeah, he's coming.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, if he didn't have to go to the theater to get caught masturbating, he'd been all right.
Only the internet existed when he was doodling himself.
You know why? You know why you can't have movies at home? It makes movie theaters go away.
Yep, makes the porn industry.
Damn. Wow.
Wax said, Kyle, you're not wrong. Endgame just isn't sexy enough.
It's like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders.
You really let us sit there and argue for like half an hour about this and just waited till the best possible moment to kill it with a porn reference.
I was just watching two retards fight.
In a cup?
All
right. He said,
Pee Wee huge support of the straight to video.
Yep.
Jose's like, all right, I'm tired of this.
Let me shut this down.
Oh, man.
He's like, let me shut this down. I got a boss fight coming up.
I need to focus.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Tim just said Jose is between Overwatch matches.
Real quick, I do have to say I watched Miss Marvel again last night, and that scene. No, I saw it here. That scene with Stan Lee on the bus is really, really cool, and every time I see it, it's gets a little tear to my eye because they played that off perfectly, and can't do much better of a cameo and the whole situation and everything than doing it that way.
You can ask Kevin about that himself when I try to get him on the show.
Yeah.
I like that nod to Mallrats that they had. That was awesome.
200th episode. I'm going to push for it.
Well, yeah, let us know if there's any way we can start sending them information.
I'm going to push for it.
I'm sure he would.
Maybe we can ask him about this debate, Kyle.
Ooh.
At home versus theater.
He'll say, yeah, Red State did real fucking good. Because Red State was a straight on-demand movie.
Yeah. Well, in his career, though, his movies like Mallrats made more when they were on video than in theater. But that's like how most indie cult films work. Like Pauly Shore, not that, he was on Joe Rogan podcast a year ago, and he was talking about how Biodome is like bombed in theaters, and that's like one of his most known movies.
Oh,
I
love that movie.
That and Encino Man, yeah.
That scene in Son-in-Law when he goes to pluck the turkey and the turkey comes back to life. Oh my god, dude!
That's actually my favorite Pauly Shore movie. Is Son-in-Law.
Yeah, same with me. And that and Biodome, but man, I saw my dad literally have. I thought he was having a coronary, man. He was laughing so hard in that part. You get to the point where you're laughing so hard you like can't breathe. Mm-hmm. I thought this guy was gonna pass out. I still like those are 2-3 great movies even to this day. Encino Man, Son-in-Law, and Biodome. And In the Army Now. Holy shit, In the Army Now was good too.
That shit's funny.
That was good too.
Tim says in regards to your comment about letting us know about Kevin Smith, he says, easy, Brian. The last time everyone got involved in a social media push, everyone got blocked.
Blocked by Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith he doesn't block people. He retorts them in the best ways.
Yeah.
He's not scared like Liefeld.
Yeah.
Direct message Kevin Smith and ask him to come on the show.
his DMs are closed.
Smart man.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you
So-
have to go through. I have to find her email, but you have to go through Muse's wife because she's the one that books all his shit. So I have to find her email and go through that, which I'll have to search harder than I have been. I'm sure I can find it.
You have to search harder than not searching.
Yeah, pretty much. Searching for like, oh, I should look this up, and then being like, oh, a squirrel, and moving on to something else.
Oh, look, those two wrestlers' asses are hitting each other.
I didn't. Yeah, no, that was not. Thanks for that, by the way, Mugwai. We really need to see that.
I just love it that you just thought, hey, look, these two wrestlers' asses are bouncing off of each other. Matt and Kyle need to see that. I just love the fact that we popped in your head. It's just awesome.
He's got his church porn.
Mhm.
Tim says not yet. Wait till he meets the Absolute Geek squirters.
Dick.
Brian squirters.
Brian and the Squirters.
Yeah.
Dude, Brian's fan club should be called the Squirters, and they just carry over with him from each podcast he goes to.
I like squirted out.
Squirted out. Squirted out with Brian McClay.
Oh man,
Squirted out to
there's
do
some
it.
shirt concepts going there.
Yeah.
That's what your new podcast intro should be. When Keith puts the gun under his chin, it should be a squirt gun, and you just come popping out of it.
Yeah.
He just squirts you out of it. Yep.
I like that.
Where the fuck is McClay? And he's just like, and then you fucking squirt out of the squirt gun into like the seat right next to him.
I could
Wake up, man. Ready to do this?
in a hockey jersey.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He doesn't even call him that anymore. He calls him Kevin Smith, fucking Kevin Smith jersey.
Oh, that's
You're
crazy.
picking up where the man left off, huh? You're picking up the mantle.
Yeah.
Someone has to. Ooh, that could be a selling point of getting him on the show.
What, that Brian wants to wear?
That
Out
Brian
in hockey
wears,
jerseys?
Brian wears hockey jerseys on another podcast.
Mm.
Dude, that's a total selling point.
Podcast, you're fucking jersey wearing fuck.
Has he ever gone on anybody else's podcast that isn't famous?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. He'll go on fucking this podcast.
Yeah, if I set it up, I don't see why he wouldn't. Like, there was another podcast that told him they were getting him on. They were like, he was like 200 episodes. 200 episodes and I'll do your show. And he's like, because that way I want to make sure that you're actually in it for, good reasons and not just trying to make something off my name. So, we've got way over 200 episodes. Don't get me wrong. It's fucking 400 and some, but this show alone
Yeah.
is hitting 200 episodes.
Which is nuts, and congratulations on that.
It's nuts to butts.
It is nuts to butts. But I think we've about killed everybody. I'm surprised we still have fucking people watching in chat and interacting in chat. I figured having our old school Matt and Kyle debate about the movies, people would have left.
Armageddon.
Yeah, Armageddon.
That's what Jose should have screamed right before he shut it down. Armageddon, I'm shut this shit down.
Armageddon.
Probably happy that they stood around. Or stayed around.
Armageddon porno.
Dude. What about porn? Fucking Jose. Fucking ruined it, dude.
Does the score it again?
You should start tweeting at Kevin.
If you want to become, if you want to support our show and become an Absolute Geek squirter, you can for joining our monthly Patreon.
For the you could squirt money into our Patreon.
Dude, that should be a Patreon like pledge level. Is if you donate X amount of money, Brian will send you an autographed squirt can.
Yeah,
An empty squirt can that he is drunk. He will sign it and send it to you.
On air.
It'll be a 20-ounce bottle, so it'll have a little backwash in it.
Oh yeah,
and a cigarette butt or a joint, a roach. It'll have a roach in it.
Yeah.
It'll have a roach in half a drink squirt. And he'll personalize it for you.
I'll fart in it.
Aw.
Have you guys ever heard about that? In Japan, people buy farts in bottles.
Farts in jam jars.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
I'll buy anything over there.
Fucking, that's a money-making opportunity, my friend.
Right? This is an American fart.
That's what happens when your porn is pixelated. They have to come up with crazier shit to get off in Japan.
Yeah.
You have American fart. That's awesome.
The show has completely gone off the rails, though. It was never the same after fucking Armageddon.
Dude, honestly, man, I don't remember the first half of the show because I was watching Brian fucking pick his teeth. I was mesmerized into it. Like I was getting like lost. Like
Tim says, Jose, kill this fart jar shit before it gets carried away.
Porn.
They probably have porn for that.
Oh man,
Fart porn?
Fart porn? Sure there is.
Look it up, Matt.
Fart porn?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I have it in a folder. From after the
It's Jose's secret folder. It's a folder in a folder.
He's got it hidden.
The actual folder says
There is. It's fart fantasy porn.
Oh
What?
my god.
Play clip.
I'm not playing a clip.
Go on YouPorn.
And type in fucking fart porn.
and just type in fart.
Speaking of that, did you see Brian, have you seen that ESPN video yet of the ESPN analysis farting on air and like trying to cover it up with a cough?
No, is that the same one where it shows the players all smelling it?
No, so like they're talking about basketball and talking about Kevin Durant and like the playoff game that just happened, and like at the beginning of the segment you see the guy like grunting, and you know who Stephen A. Smith is from ESPN.
Yeah.
So he's going off about Kevin Durant, and then the other guy starts talking, and you hear it. It's like, and he's like, and like tries to cover it off with the.
That's awesome.
But like you hear it, it's like, and he like tries to cover it up. It's pretty funny.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
Fart porn,
dude. No matter how old I'll get, I will always laugh at fart jokes.
Oh, farts are awesome.
Fart jokes.
Fart porn. We're losing viewers because we're talking about farts.
ESPN Max Kellerman denies farting during the first take.
Oh, he does it. You hear it.
Okay. Here we go. Let's see what we get.
It's like 5 minutes. If they're watching the like full video, it's like 5 minutes in. My dog's yelling at me.
The night of the season finale. If anybody would read something into the timing of his departure more so than anybody else, it's usually you. What's going on, Mr. South Beach?
Well, since we are disappointed now and seeing who can out-disappoint each other, I'm disappointed that yesterday on First Take, somebody was gassy and no one has taken inventory of who that person was. I accused Max Kellerman of it on the air. No. Max Kellerman disputed it. Doesn't leave a lot of people. I think it may
Kyle.
offset and everyone's covering for it.
Well, did anyone smell something on set?
No, we didn't.
Oh my God.
And trust you me, Dan Leviton, it had he passed that.
It has
seen
space and he's
Not only that, but I claim it.
Who was it?
Stephen A. I heard
Not
you
only
stutter.
who was it?
They're fighting about a fart.
I wouldn't be ashamed to
No one
admit it.
roses and flowers around me at all times.
Jesus, unreal. You gotta love where ESPN has grown into a multi-billion-dollar organization that
Farting.
just can't accept when they got caught dealing a nasty one. It's always much easier just to say you did it and not have to deal with all the fucking backtracking.
Whoever smelt it dealt it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna send you since you got the speakers, Brian. Here, I'm gonna send this in chat for you to play.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Brian is now our official. You're gonna play it for us.
All right, here we go.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, they're very quiet to hear it.
Anything.
Was Draymond scared or something?
No, but the difference is that Draymond.
It was right before that. It's like right at the beginning of the video. It's like
No, but the difference is.
Oh,
you hear it. Here, I'll just post the video in chat for everyone to fucking.
Anything.
oh no, that was you
No,
can
but
hear
the
it.
difference is-
Listen. No, I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything.
You can hear it. You just have to listen.
It sounded like brrr.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like brr, and it's muffled, and then he tries to cover it up with a cough.
Didn't Keith Olbermann do that one time too?
I'm sure everyone's done it. You have the dude, Phil Simms did it in an NFL booth, and he like wafted it in the other dude's face.
I love fucking Phil Simms. ESPN's Max Kellerman seemingly fails to cover up loud fart during live broadcast. Can you imagine going down in history like as the guy who fucking farted on ESPN Live?
Well, honestly, I have slapped a lot of fools, and I've retired to slap. I don't try to slap. My fingers messed up, so the slap is all
slap
bad.
might be a claw.
But I don't really like this. I mean, we all know we can kick all their ass. It's not really a fight. What I would love to see is them sit down and debate the topics. Sit down.
Yeah, that's the risk of live entertainment.
And why things aren't working, and see how much they actually know. Why didn't this play go right? Why did I have to throw it faster? Why did I have to slide? What is the circumstances of the play that comes from the player and not from just the spectator?
Yeah, he didn't say shit about it on there.
Oh, bro. Oh, my God.
ESPN's Fartgate deepens with widespread denials and reckless speculation.
No, but the difference is that Draymond is usually arguing. And the difference is that Draymond is usually arguing. And
yeah, when he's like, that's him trying to cover up the fart.
But the difference is that Draymond is usually arguing. And
oh yeah.
Virtual time.
is that Draymond is usually arguing. And
oh.
Let's say that there was that noise. I don't know who dealt it. That's all I can tell you.
Later.
That's fucking great.
Max, stop. Fucking nut job.
Well, that's what happens when you fucking get caught farting on ESPN.
Yep.
It becomes the number one fucking hot take of the day.
I would do it every time then.
Just walk up there, get your tie ready.
Get all the biggest interviews in the world, and you're just like,
Yeah.
every time you interview someone.
Now that I think about that, man, that's a great idea, man. If you're like a news guy, just like if you're like a Johnny Carson or something, just break wind every once in a while to kind of like liven up the set.
Wax Chuck says this is the type of real news mainstream media doesn't cover.
For life.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end this week's episode since we're talking about farts now. We went from real topics to talking about farts.
Well, soon we'll have the official Jose Chimichanga farts in a jar that you can buy on the webpage.
We're hard hitting.
Yeah, we're really hard at work getting that done.
Yeah,
we just got to get our nose to the grindstone, or so they say.
Well, how about they'll be in Absolute Geek jars?
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. We'll send them out for you. It'll be Jose's fart of the month,
and it'll say what he
it's a monthly subscription fart jar. Jose's fart of the month,
and he can only eat certain foods that whole month. So our standards are set really high, and he'll actually say what he ate that day.
I don't know why people listen to us.
For an additional $5 a month, you can have a little jar to open to sniff. Oh, somebody had a fucking taquito.
You get like a travel size version?
Yep.
Fucking take it from Uncle Brian, kids. Don't Rick Simpson and Google ESPN fart videos.
Armageddon.
Jesus Christ.
I can't believe people actually listen to this shit. I can't believe people listen to us.
What are they gonna say next?
I know.
Oh, and every third month, you could get Matt in a jar.
It's a small jar.
It's a small jar.
It is. All right, guys. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us tonight in the chat. You guys are fantastic, sticking it out. If you liked this episode and you like what we talked about tonight, make sure to hit that like button.
We should have
This is your first time.
Bad Fusion this episode.
Huh?
We should have totally talked about
right.
Fusion this episode.
If you had a good time and this is your first time watching this, make sure to hit that like, subscribe button. If you're listening this every week on the
suckers,
if you're listening this weekly on your local podcast downloading program or wherever you download it from, whether it's iTunes, Stitcher, Google, make sure to leave us a review. Just not this episode. Don't review this episode. Review a different one. If you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/Absolute Geek. You can sign up there to be one of Brian's squirters, where every month he will send you a squirt can.
Should get those shirts made.
Yeah, we gotta think of a good shirt for that.
I will make one of the hashtags this week, Armageddon, Tim, just for you. But
when was that recorded? How long ago?
Yeah, early 80s, I think. Maybe mid 80s, early 90s.
Guys, remember, if you're in the Phoenix area on May the 4th, not only is it Star Wars Day, it is Free Comic Book Day. We'll be down at Drawn to Comics in Glendale, hanging out, having a good time. Hopefully live podcasting from the event, but I haven't been told whether or not for sure we will have internet where we're setting up. I'll be there.
Hotspot.
What's that?
We'll just use your phone as a hotspot.
Yeah, I'll be there. I know Kyle will be there. I don't know. Are you going to come, Brian?
Yes, sir.
Brian will be there. And then you guys can check out the people from Comic Playground will be there. Couch Crunchers will be there. There's a whole bunch of podcasts going to be there. So come check out Free Comic Book Day. If you're not in the Phoenix area, go to your local shop to support Free Comic Book Day. It's a great event to get comics into kids' hands.
I'll be in Minneapolis. And Andy's going to go to Free Comic Book Day.
I want to know if Andy even agrees to all these plans that you're making with him.
I don't know.
I know you guys are doing all kinds of shit together.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine me and you, I do me.
Imagination land.
But yeah, so
we toss the dice.
For this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
I'm the at-home movie fee.
I'm Jose.
I'm Brian.
He's Sleepy Brian. And we'll see you guys Oh shit! Before I go, next week, remember next Friday, it is the end of the month, so it's our viewer-led show. So get your guys' topics and questions. It's 100% your show. We're gonna just hang out, talk about whatever. You guys bring up the questions that you want to hear us talk about in the chat. We're gonna have a good time. So yeah, definitely remember next week. It is our very first, maybe possibly last viewer-driven show, depending on how it goes.
Backup plan.
Yeah, you're gonna make a backup plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's what Kyle's good for, having a backup plan to a backup plan. But yeah, so we will see you.
You know, I picture when Kyle said that. I picture you the blueprints behind your head.
Right. Wax Jack says, question 1: where's my fart jar this month? Ask that question again next week, and we'll see you next time.
Boy, was that a fucking